everyone. Hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of Speedruns From the Crypt, your bi-weekly horror hotfix. I'm McDices, and today I'm going to bring you a bunch of fun horror games. Before we do get into that, though, I do want to mention that Summer Games Done Quick will be live from Minneapolis, Minnesota from June 30th to July 6th. You can visit gamesdonequick.com for more information about the events. Alrighty, so it is the end of March here, and I always like to be thematic with the holidays, I suppose. So, we are approaching April 1st, and I thought today we would get a little bit silly. I picked some popular IPs of horror games, some fun ones, and I picked some of the, let's say, most flavorful or, some of the games with the most character in the franchise for these games. We're going to be having a good few games. You can see here, we're going to be having Alone in the Dark later on. We'll be having Clock Tower 3, which also serves as a run back to that one run we had a while back where the console unplugged. I thought it'd be fun to have the run back of that. And we'll be having, starting right now just about, Resident Evil Survivor, New Game Easy with Punchy. So, how about we dive right on into that?
Hello everyone, I'm Punchy, this is Resident Evil Survivor. Now we'll just get started here. 3, 2, 1, play ball. Biohazard. Alright, so Resident Evil Survivor is a game about a man named Vincent who lost his memory. He is a very bad, no good individual who reacts to everything the same way a barely sentient rock might. The only hope is this gun. This is one of the first-person shooter Resident Evils. There aren't that many of those. People often ask me, is this a rail shooter, Punchy? No, you move with the buttons. I have to steer this man. You open doors by running your face into them. People also tend to think that there is a button that you press to interact with doors. No, you just mash your face into them.
You look familiar, but...
He can't remember anything. His hands are so large. Oh my god.
I just can't remember. Ark Thompson, huh? Though I can't remember anything.
Alright, first enemy creeping up behind us.
There's no way for anyone to die.
We need to kill this guy and get a key. So the key to shooting quickly in this game, it looks like it's mashing, it is not. You actually have to press with rhythm. If you press too fast, you'll get, fewer shots out. You have to master the rhythm. And we do not pick up any weapons other than a handgun and the grenade launcher in this run. So you're using the handgun for, the vast majority of the run. That was a route choice that we did just there, but that key that we picked up actually opens multiple doors, but only one. You can only choose one, but it opens multiple doors. So we take a route through the restaurant because it is the fastest one. Avoid zombies. So, one of the main pieces of tech in Resident Evil Survivor is the concept of object permanence. Namely, in that enemies can't hurt you if you're not looking at them. This is turning into a mess already. Get out of here. That was unlucky. Sometimes that zombie doesn't, grab you. When our guy over here goes, ooh, and, turns to face a zombie, that's not damage. Only when they, bite you and the screen flashes red is it actually damage. So when they grab you, they're turning you to face them, because otherwise they can't do damage. Because you don't take damage from enemies you can't see. So if you simply do not acknowledge it, don't see it, I do not see it, then it can't hurt you. Good advice for life. I do not see it. I do not see them. Nope, they can't hurt me because I can't see them. I'm out of here. This will become very silly when enemies with projectiles get involved, and projectiles also can't hurt you if you don't look at them. That phone is ringing, good for it. I have places to be. Oh, look, a licker. And then another licker, but we don't see it. Another licker, leaps out from behind and it plays a scare chord, but I don't see it. Simply, just don't acknowledge the problem. The phone hang up, and we take the next route through the arcade. This is another branching point. Some of the cutscenes in the games are unskippable, namely the ones that are video files. You can tell which ones are video files and which ones aren't by the fact that compression suddenly gets really bad.
Remember your mission. We're doing a clean sweep of the area.
Yeah, in the Japanese and European versions, this game supports the use of a light gun peripheral, and people often ask me if it's fast. You could shoot more precisely with the light gun, right? Wouldn't that make it faster? As far as I can discern, locational damage isn't really a thing in this game, so it wouldn't actually matter very much. According to a Japanese strategy guide I read, it does have locational damage, but my testing has not corroborated this in any way. So I'm not totally sure it's telling the truth. Pick up a key. I'm going to use the L1 button here, which will turn me towards the door. The button, L1, is not a quick turn, although you can use it like one. The way it works is that L1 will turn your dude towards what the game considers an object of interest. What it classifies as an interesting object is a very vague criteria. Enemies certainly qualify, but which one it will go for in a room full of them is more of an art than a science. Ow. Nope, I don't acknowledge it. I avoid the damage by not looking at the guy swinging a gun at my head. Very cool. Yeah, those guys kind of all blocked the stairs, which was not amazing. I want to get in. There we go. How those guys move is, like, totally random. You just have to, like, pick a line and pray. In fact, as far as speedruns go, getting, like, the hyper-optimal, really good times, there's rakes of randomness in this game. It gets worse as it goes on because it will start randomly picking which enemies to put in the rooms. And some layouts are just really bad. We read a diary, Vincent pontificates over his memories, and I get to move on. A licker the licker, like, sort of drops in from the ceiling, but its hitbox is active, like, almost immediately from when it spawns, so it will, like, kind of push you forward. If you take it at a funny angle. Paradise. What a nice place. Avoid the zombies, don't get in grab range. So all Japanese versions are shorter than English versions? No, I don't actually think there's any speed difference between the American and Japanese versions of this game. It's just I don't have the American version because I'm not American. Quick turn. The object that the game considers interesting to quick turn towards in that room is a file on the table. Setups like that are favorable to the quick turn button. But in other contexts, it's usually not very good. Oh, got by. No grab. Very nice. Now, my strategy for this is just to hold forward and hope the game doesn't spawn a zombie in directly left of me to grab me. Ooh, like that. You don't have time to react, you just gotta, like, guess. Now, what pattern do we have here? We have 2 zomble. I'm just gonna have to, like, push past it with strength. There we go, that'll do. Good enough. That can go a lot worse. You can get, like, boxed in and then it all starts going wrong. What spawns do we have? Nothing. There can be zombies in that room sometimes. Sometimes you get nothing. But the big variance starts in this room, the courtyard. This can either be zombie dogs, which are basically trivial to dodge, or hunters, which are, by a mile, the most persistent and difficult enemy. And it's hunters, fantastic. They have really large hitboxes. They repeatedly... So, it's like, the designers knew about the, like... You can't be hurt if you're not looking at the enemy rule, so they made hunters just teleport in front of you constantly, even in ways where it makes no sense. So you have to constantly, like, shuffle around and, like, adjust your field of view, just kind of, like, keep them off screen, but they run really... They actually run so fast they're capable of pushing you across the room. There's a Mr. X there, don't worry about it. There's more of that later. Push me, yeah! One of the enemies pushed me toward... You didn't see them because they spawned in behind me, but they pushed me towards the door, and that's very cool. Gonna grab the flame rounds. So, enemies are currently shooting me with a gun, but I'm not looking at them, so it can't hurt me. Bullets are not real. Just ignore them. Okay, Umbrella Facility proper. Do we get lickers in the opening hall, or do we get hunters? That's lickers, that's good. Excellent. If you get lickers, you can just pass on by like that. If you get hunters, then problems occur. So in this next room, hunters typically spawn in, and the strat for this is to leverage the wall to not get pushed out. So, like, I'm running against the wall, the hunter is trying to push me, but I'm pushing back at a rate that I can get in the door. If you try and take that line straight, the hunter will push you all the way across the room. And you'll be very sad about it. So, like, jam your face into a wall. Anyway, here's our very intelligent protagonist, sees a little girl sitting at a computer, immediately runs over.
Can you hear me? Who are you? What are you doing? Answer me!
Immediately runs over and just yells at a little girl on a computer. I love this guy. He hasn't had a coherent thought in his life. We don't want hunters at any point. We don't want hunters at any point. No. Okay, I got through clean. That's nice. You have to actually use the key card reader beside the door before you can get out, and hunters love to push you away from it. I was listening there for the sound of my PS2, the disc spinning up, because that's often a cue that it's changed the spawn in the room from hunters to lickers. Go away. If you hear the disc spin in the console when you go in that room, that is an audio cue that you can use. What?
Vincent, it's me, your mother.
My mother?
Your mum!
Vincent, please, listen to your mother. I want you to leave Umbrella. I want you to stop performing those terrible crimes and just come back home.
How close to the microphone do you think they were on that take? My mother?
Honestly, with any of the takes in any Resident Evil game, I don't even know.
Alright, mini-boss.
Okay, after the boss, there's something fun about voice acting.
Reloading from the menu is more reliable than doing it in the game, because otherwise this guy's going to walk forward and hit you in the face. Got him. Cool, done. What?
So, something fun about voice acting. You know how, like, they picked a lot of the voice actors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for anyone watching who may not know, for a lot of old-school Capcom games, they just found random, like, Canadian visitors in Japan off the street and go, hey, do you speak English? And they pull them into the sound booths and are like, okay, here you go. And yeah, that's where we get the cheesy 90s voice acting from.
Yeah, it's a common story in these old games. Fun fact, the opening movie of the original Resident Evil was just shot in a field next to the Tama River. It's like not even in America.
Yeah, I've been seeing more on Twitter, like in RE1, it's like, yeah, the guy who played Barry Burden was like my principal at school. It's like, there's just random dudes who are just in Japan.
Yeah, they would just pull random people.
Which, funny enough as well, you can actually see, like, how, like, if you know accents, like, old school Chris, like, in Code Veronica, he sounds really Canadian. And once you start picking up on it or realizing it, you'll hear it every time.
There's one in front of me. Ooh! I saw, like, 2 frames of the Hunter's Claw. Alright. There are 2 big spiders in this room, but the second one likes to vibrate wildly in place. I think this is because its spawn pattern is, like, bugged. It gets stuck in the floor. So it just kind of vibrates there, and you can run around it, which is very nice. It's convenient. Okay. Locate child. Child located. And goodbye. I'm going to leave this child alone in the middle of a zombie-infested island. They will have no problems. Can I sneak through the gap? Yes. Nice. That is not easy to do. You have to be very exact with that one. And there isn't really a safer option to take. Hunter bursts through. I'd rather it not spawn directly in front of me, but I'm trying to go through the door. I would say this run is about 60% door by volume. But as a certified, like, door aficionado, that suits me perfectly fine. I apparently have the vibration on the controller turned on. It's not supposed to be. And this room runs at 3 frames per second. Cool. Hunter didn't spawn on top of me. Alright, in this room there's like 3... This room is a big problem. There are 3 hunters, they're gonna swarm you real fast, and the first one, the distance it spawns away from you is random, so if it jumps right in your face, that can cause an issue right out the gate. Because you want to walk forward and, like, backstep the hit. Yeah, like that. And then it spawns in front of you anyway. Okay, good enough. The other quirk of this game is that when you get hit, Ark will automatically face towards the thing that's hitting him, so that you can get hit again. Because the game knows about the if you can't see something, it can't hurt you rule, and tries to, like, get that to not happen. By forcing you to look at an enemy. But it's like, but you made the game. Why does... It could just not do that, you know? Alright, in this room, we're hoping for boosts from the rolling enemies. There will be these guys with guns who roll. I'm hoping that they will get stuck behind me and push me forwards. Oh, I'm hearing them. We boosting? We're not boosting. This is boostless behavior. Come on. This is a thing that's massively influenced by just luck. But in an ideal world, they get stuck behind you and start like trying to roll to catch up to you, but they just keep pushing you forward as a result, and you go zooming forward. Alas, it relies on the game's enemy AI, so it's not reliable. It's like a 50-50 thing. Meanwhile, these guys are trying to shoot me, but I can't see them, so it doesn't count. It's simply nothing to me. Oh, Hunter spawned in this room too. That's rare and annoying. Oh, I got through. It's fine. You gotta move in a certain way where you're not looking directly at the door you're trying to get through. When hunters are in the room, you have to sort of like turn at the last moment. Because otherwise a hunter will spawn between you and the door, and you will have a bad time. Do a short back walk here, such that this hunter jumping misses completely, and you can just run forward and get stabbed in the face anyway. Thanks to very, very cool hitbox. Go away. Desperate for screen time. Thank you. Important cutscene. Ugh. Oh, 2 Mr. X's in this room. This is the double Mr. X pattern. 2 in the same room. Oh, maybe not. Where's the second guy? There's usually a second guy. Where is he? He's either right behind me, or he's just not here at all. No, it's just... Interesting. The double Mr. X pattern, -1. We'll call that one. That was a special one. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen it only be 1. I think the second guy just didn't spawn. How novel. Elika spawns in this room, and by spawns I really mean does just like pop into existence. I swear it appeared. It was like low to the ground so you didn't see it, but Elika just like appears in the middle of that room when you get halfway across it. These acid rounds are a surprise tool that will help me later. Run forward, but wait patiently. Elika will try to find you, and instead you can pass through. Oh, there we go. He's having fun. See, that time I got pushed slightly by the liquor that just spawns into the middle. Like, it doesn't drop down from the ceiling, it just appears. What's the pattern here like? That's pretty good. Nice. Zombies can be spawning in all kinds of different configurations, many of them less favorable than others. Main screen turn on, and now we shall see synchronized zombie dancing. Look at him go. It's the hit new dance craze, call it the Survivor. Why did he just flop? I love that. Sorry, that makes me giggle. I love it when they just faceplant the floor. Man football dived it. There it goes again. It's good when they do that, because it means they're not going to grab you. I just don't know what prompts them to football dive like that. simulated zombie tripping. Only in Resident Evil Survivor. Now fortunately, these two enemies are right near the keycard, so the button that turns towards interesting objects is actually of use in this room. On both ways. Up extra flame rounds. This will be the main way we defeat the final bosses. But first we gotta do one last fight against Mr. X. Ah, there's multiple of them!
They are creating these monsters on this island.
This is where it becomes very important to have like mastered the rhythm of firing the gun as fast as possible. Oh, he's gonna rush me. No! Ow. My face. Now, Mr. X can randomly drop certain ammo types, and I can't see what it is because it's too low to the ground. But if you drop grenade rounds, good. If the shotgun is grenade rounds, excellent. Regular grenade rounds, slightly less excellent. You'd rather flame. But most of the time he drops shotgun rounds, which is not incredibly hot. Because I don't even have the shotgun. Anyway, here's Lot trying to fight a hunter with a baseball bat, making him the strongest character in Resident Evil canon. Okay, a hunter's going to spawn in and we actually have to kill this one to progress, but based on luck, it can take anywhere from between 1 to 4 shots. So if we're lucky, it will take exactly 1. But let's see how we go with that. Nope. It isn't working out between me and the video game today. I was doing practice runs earlier and also did not get the single shot.
What?
A single time.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
What are you talking about? It's not your fault. Vincent is the one who caused
This is
everything.
now the longest unbroken cutscene in the game.
You? What do you mean? You're the detective. Your name is Ark Thompson.
He's
What?
Ark Thompson.
Really?
He wasn't Vincent at
I'm
all.
not Vincent? Then why did you run away from me?
Because I'm the one that told Vincent about you.
Hello, I'm Vincent. I've been transferred to this facility to inspect it.
Nice to meet you, sir.
I know Commander Vincent. So I knew that you weren't him when I saw you.
Vital lore.
What?
Keep it in. It's canon,
A
you know.
spy. Thank you. You are a good boy, Lot.
You are a good boy, Lot.
The self-destruction system.
I didn't just let that play for fun, by the way. You can't skip that one.
This island will self-destruct in 10 minutes. All the personnel must evacuate immediately. Repeat. All the personnel evacuate immediately.
All the personnel. And cutscene again. it goes. It's dense in the middle here.
That's right. At the request of my friend, Leon S. Kennedy, I came here to investigate.
At the request of his friend, Leon S. Kennedy.
I remember everything.
His friend, Leon S. This is canon.
Tell me the truth. You are a spy, aren't you?
You will need to know this for Resident Evil 9, guys, so take note. the self-destruct announcer, yeah, they're like trying to imitate a robot voice, but they don't have a voice filter, so they just talk like they have one, but don't actually have one. All the personnel evacuate. It's very all around. It's very good.
Yes, I'm not Vincent. I'm Ark.
Wow. I'm not Vincent. I'm Ark. Good for you, man. I need the flame rounds. Flame rounds will be important for boss strategy. We're not going to shoot the flame round at the boss, though. That would be too simple. We have a different, much dumber plan in mind. I'm going to gamble on what the quick turn button's going to do. Oh, it works. Excellent. So, like I said, the L1 button isn't actually a quick turn. It points to objects of interest, and the way zombies spawn in that room is random, so if you press L1 in that room, you're gambling on it actually going in the direction that you want it to. It might go in completely the opposite direction. Thus making Resident Evil Survivor the only Resident Evil I know that has quick turn RNG in it. Alright. I don't think there's like a sound effect for that, but it comes through the controller.
I can't believe you're not.
This guy, remember this guy from the cutscene at the start of the game?
You must be the leader of the cleaner unit sent by Umbrella to destroy the evidence of this biohazard.
Very natural art. Good job.
Whatever. Time for your pathetic games. I have already set the self-destruction system. This island will be gone in a matter of minutes. Adios, Ark.
Who could have foreseen this outcome? Okay, so this is phase 1 of the final boss. So we're not going to shoot him with a flame round. We're going to shoot the floor in front of him. Ouch, 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 oof, ow, 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 ow. And he has fallen over. Shooting him with the flame round directly will actually do less damage. It is much more efficient to create a fire puddle, like, in front of him and have him just burn his feet. If you're wondering why you can't just leave the room... Because it seems like I just walked out and left the room just fine. The game, for seemingly no reason, just doesn't let you. It just goes, you can't leave. It doesn't provide a reason for this. It just says no. And on top of that, if you try to turn, it will actually attempt to just force your camera to look at the guy constantly. Let me through. Let me through. Let me through. I'm looking at the wall. You can't harm me. You can't hurt me. I have my everything-proof shield.
Get on the train! Hurry!
5 minutes to detonation. All personnel.
Again, I think these kids are canonically the strongest characters in the Resident Evil canon because that little girl just like walked through the entire facility full of monsters completely unchallenged. And
What if, like, every time she found one, she just, like, blinked?
Yeah. why exactly they make that game design choice regarding looking at things? I think it's to prevent the game from being frustrating, from being hit by stuff off camera. Don't push me past the door, don't push me past the door. Okay, good. I think the idea is to stop the game from being frustrating by getting hit by enemies you're not looking at, but it also makes the game very silly when you figure out that that's the rule it's operating under. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, nice music. Happy, nice escape music. We've only gone and done it. Resident Evil Survivor. Completed quick-like. But we're not done yet. We still have the true final boss to go. And as for how this fight actually works, your guess is honestly as good as mine. Broadly speaking, shoot the guy with the flame round in his big dumb chest. The specifics beyond that are a mystery to me. So I am the world record holder of this game, and I am like not sure really. Having him jump is bad, I can tell you that much. Ow. You'd rather him just like run around you in a circle rather than do this whole song and dance. Ow. Yeah, like that, that's better. What follows is my favorite part of the game. Have a listen. Gross. I love that sound effect. That's my favorite part of the game, that sound effect. I don't know, I just like it. Wait until he's done having a moment. He's blocking. You'd rather that not be the case. There we go. As far as I can tell, for this fight, you want to, like, wait for him to be taking a swing, and then shoot him, rather than getting that blocking animation he was doing earlier. The blocking is no good. When he reels like that, you know you've done it right. That was a really fast fight time. Whoa.
GG.
Whoa. Damn. That was a really fast final boss. That, like, completely caught me off guard. I was expecting that to go on for, like, quite a few more phases. That's what I mean when I say even though I'm the world record holder. Ooh. The exact mechanism of how long that guy takes to kill is really still not known to me. I don't quite get it still.
It's such a weird fight.
It, like, intuitively, you think you hit him in the chest, the exposed chest, right? But the strategy guide says hitting him in the head does more damage, but I haven't confirmed that locational damage even works. So, I don't know. Beats me. All I know is that when he, like, covers and he does that blocking animation, that means that you didn't do any damage, mate. That's like, the only part of that I get. But why he does that, I couldn't tell you.
I will say, though, in terms of the run, I know for a fact we don't get our official time until the very end, so I'm not sure how we did, but when you killed the boss, it was 36:15.
That's alright.
We're safe.
I have a vague idea of how the RTA correlates.
We'll still see that. We have the ending here, we'll play it out, but
it can't be.
Let's see how it all ends up.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, we have to watch the final boss, final cutscene before we get our time on the results screen. He shoots the missile, but it only takes the monster off. But he shoots the missile with another missile.
You know, maybe we'll get some wise words from Ark Thompson about the what's going on, I suppose.
Me animating a helicopter in PowerPoint.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know, but don't worry. We can fly as long as we have fuel.
We can fly as long as we have fuel. Words to live by.
I mean, it's accurate.
Fuck no, you're gonna crash.
I like me, you ran out of fuel 5 minutes after that cutscene. Oh, out of fuel.
That's that. How'd I do it? 37.43. That's alright. Ooh, my hit average is 98%. Wow, barely missed a shot. Fun.
Pretty good stuff.
Right.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yep, that's been me with Gun Survivor. You can find me at twitch.tv/punchy if you enjoyed the run. I know this is the thing we do at the end of hotfixes. I've kind of jumped in before Ignatius has prompted me to do it. I'm very used to it by now. We do the whole spiel. It's like I speedrun over 100 different video games. I think I'm up to what am I up to now? 103, I think it is, something like that. It's a lot of games. So if you enjoy speedruns, and especially horror games, a lot of them are horror games, then please do stop by. You'll be in the right place.
All right, good stuff. Once again, you can find Punchy's link in the chat. I believe we have it pinned there. It's a lot of fun horror games. I've been a regular on the Crypt because, it runs over 100 games. Usually you can find something fun in that pool. And it's really fun seeing a Resident Evil game that's, let's say of this quality.
Very good game.
We'll have more horror games in a moment. Before we do go to that, though, I do want to say that Games Done Quick is looking for a new mainline event volunteer coordinator and host co-coordinator. If you like the idea of that, or if you enjoy our mainline speedrunning events, you can check out the duties and apply at gamesdonequick.com/jobs. Anyway, we have a couple more runs for you. We'll be right back very quick. All right, everyone. Welcome back from the break and hope you're all doing good today. We're taking a look at some sillier horror games in honor of April Fools. We already had Resident Evil Gun Survivor. We will have Alone in the Dark later, but for right now, we're going to be taking a look into Clock Tower 3. Before we fully dive into it, though, I do want to mention that we did actually have this one on a couple weeks ago, and I was actually doing the run for this one. However, I guess, if you're watching this on YouTube or keep up to date with Speedruns From the Crypt, you might remember that when it happened, I think I had a controller issue, and when I tried fixing it, my console accidentally unplugged. My console is more stable, I bought a new controller, and this game is still absolutely goofy, so you're in for a bit of a ride. Anyway, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully no problems this time in regards to the, hoping my controller doesn't get unplugged. Anyway, if you've never seen this game, you're in for a treat. I really don't know how to describe it any more than it is the Sailor Moon horror game. Anyway, without further ado, let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, let's go! So, this is Clock Tower 3. If you know anything about the Clock Tower franchise, it is... it's not like an unknown IP, definitely less known than Resident Evil, but it's still pretty up there. Clock Tower is a franchise mainly based around your character is getting chased by a variety of stalkers. So instead of having a bunch of zombies or various other enemies, what you tend to have is one stronger enemy who's a pursuer over time. Think like, Resident Evil Nemesis or something like that. Just for knowing what's going on. This game is a little bit different. It controls like a lot of PlayStation 2 horror games of the era. Like if you played one, you've played them all. Like think like, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame, Clock Tower 3. We're going to be getting into a lot more of the rules of the game, but right now we don't have too much at the moment. It's kind of just like, oh, look around the mansion. Things are going on, which we're going to be hopping around a couple of areas. It's like, oh, here's time travel, which, time travels in this game for some reason. And then here's mansion. It's kind of the overworld and level hubs, if that makes sense. Anyway, these are just kind of mandatory items. We need a note, and we also get the water bottle, the crystal bottle. This has magic water. What is it? Why is it magic? I'm guessing there's like soap in there or something. Either way, water is going to be our primary resource. Before we fully get into the game, let's talk about what this does. You may see a number at the top left. That is the amount of water I have. What it can do is, one, it answers puzzles, so it can break sigils. If you throw it at a sigil, it'll eventually break, and it kind of serves as a key for some of the locked doors in this game. It is also a type of weapon, And yeah, those are the main uses of it. Puzzles and weapon. They'll come in handy as we go. You can refill it throughout the game, but you only get about maybe, let's say, I don't know. I think it like scales up, but right now we're only going to have 3 of them. You may be wondering as well, what's that bar on the top left? That's not a health bar. It is something called a panic bar. So what happens is if that fills up to the brim, we get into panic. And panic is quite bad because, you know, if you get panic, you lose the ability to control your character, and if you get hit while panicked, it's an immediate death. So you can actually tank a surprising amount of hits. The only thing is if you get hit while panicked, you die immediately. Although there's some items that can help. We'll grab one just for safety because, you know, they can go bad in theory. My banking not going bad, but no, sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. Anyway, here's the first mechanic. This is called spiritual healing. The idea behind it is there are ghosts who are angry. Why are they angry? I'm pretty sure because they died. I would be angry too, right? Anyway, they're haunting the world, and you normally have to give them items. This ghost doesn't understand how, I guess, walking 5 feet away, so we just grab the ring, bring it to the body, and oh, hey, look, the ghost is happy now. You have to do this one, it's kind of the tutorial, and then this will give you a special item. It's called the Sigil Stone. We almost never grab this. If you're going for record, you'd be grabbing it, but since this is more of a showcase, I'll grab it for safety reasons. Anyway, we're going to refill the water right here, get back up to 3, because I'm going to want all 3. But we're kind of just getting in a lot of the early game, and as we go, we'll kind of get more into the nitty-gritty of it, so to speak. And yeah, I'm actually doing a run. I don't do it all the time. Every now and again, I'll bust out a run, but it is fun when I get to showcase some of the games I run for you. It is kind of fun running the Crypt, but also I do a lot of games in my own time. And a lot of various horror runs. Yeah, I have the game save paper on the door. That's actually back when you just saw him, but Punchy ran Sonal 2 years ago at GDQ. GDQ made a sign, and they let us keep it. I asked if anyone else wanted to keep it. No one wanted it, so I took it home, because I fit it in my backpack. Anyway, we're just walking over to the tailor right now. We actually get a neat little trick where you can throw the water almost immediately, and it goes really far. Like, it's kind of wild how far she can throw the water, also through walls. She just launched it. Alright, so now we're going to get into Clock Tower 3, what we actually, you know, the game's going to be like. Because right now, we've kind of been running, not too much going on. Which, movement's fun. But I think, you know, with horror games, you normally like to see enemies and stuff. So, we're going to encounter our first enemy in a moment. That is also why we needed all 3 of the waters. I wanted to make sure we can actually, you know, solve the puzzles here. And this is going to allow us to get to the major area where most of this level will be taking place. So, the levels in this game are normally going to be, you kind of need to help a ghost out, like the major ghost, and then once you help the ghost to beat the level, but also, you know, you need to avoid the pursuer, and we're about to get introduced to our first one. I'm kind of just describing it before we get into it, just because, well, I guess that sets you up, so to speak. Anyway, I'm going to try ending up close to the box, because in doing so, I don't get an animation for walking over there. She takes a long time. We're going to see a story about a pianist getting murdered, and we're just going to ignore that, because we're getting introduced to our first enemy. You have to understand, in Clock Tower 3, they really decided they would give the characters some creative names. So, I bet you're wondering, what's this guy going to be called? We're about to see our first enemy, and he is a big man holding a sledgehammer. I'll show you after we grab this key. Also, we're going to do a very easy trick. I'm just going to run past him on his, I guess, the top end there. See? Big guy holding a sledgehammer. Now, I bet you're wondering, what can this magical man's name be? His name is Sledgehammer. I suppose it's quite simple. You know, you have to wonder, did he get the hammer first and then choose the name, or was he named Sledgehammer and decided to embrace it by finding a hammer? Anyway, we're gonna grab this chair. There's a cutscene where she literally slams the guy at the chair. We will watch some cutscenes, but not all, but it's kind of funny because he just gets knocked out for a moment. Which, it is kind of wild just imagining the schoolgirl just taking a chair and hitting a man with it as he just gets conked out for a moment. And yeah, every now and again I do runs over on the crypt side. Yeah, what a creative name. They named him Sludgehammer. Anyway, he doesn't stay down long. He's immediately back to business. While we are running away, what we're going to want to do is we're going to be refilling our water because we do want a few of these. So I mentioned earlier that with the waters, it's not only be puzzles, but it will also be enemy encounters. So you'll kind of see how that works because we'll be using a few of these on Sludgehammer. Funny enough, you'll always teleport away once you enter this area, which is why we kind of took the route that we did. This building right here, you'll need the invitation, which is why we started in the Taylor, and now we can enter this nice and easy. Funny enough, you also need to go back to the Taylor, but it's kind of weird. Also, the girl is not named Chair, her name is Alyssa. I know she was using a chair. Her name is Alyssa. Thank you, everyone. I'm reading some chat while we're playing. Thank you. Okay, so RNG time. This is going to be a little bit rough right here. So, a goofy thing I have not talked about yet. So I mentioned earlier that you can only die in panic, right? That is the case. However, the panic bar will fill up not only on attacks, but you don't take damage the way you think you do. In this game, you take damage if you are attacked in proximity to an attack. What that means is if you're at all like next to a swing, it doesn't matter if it hits you or not, your character gets scared and the panic bar will begin to fill. So I need to actually hope that I'm not in any range of the stalkers, because not only will I take damage if they hit me, or, you know, panic if they hit me, if they are even remotely trying to attack me, I will take panic. Luckily, it does go down over time, and there are ways to lower it, but there was actually a good deal of RNG in trying to avoid that. We had to get that code off that guy, because this is one of those puzzles that if you don't know the code, it won't let you solve it. Like, I know the answer is 103. It's always 103. It just, you can't type this in unless you know the answer, which is kind of dumb, but that's how it goes. Anyway, now we have the key to the building. We can actually go like everywhere in here, and we're also going to be grabbing a lavender water. This reduces panic, so if I ever get full panic, I can actually lower that pretty quickly. I also grabbed the sigil stone, so I'm allowed to tank one hit exactly on panic. It's kind of the safety net, because death hit is instant kill. Anyway, we have good RNG, so we get to see some of the subtle tricks in this game. But you're wondering, how does the tech in this game work? It's very, like, if you don't know what's going on, it's hard to see. But right here, I'm actually going to run against the wall. If I just ran directly to the stairs and didn't hug the wall, what would happen is Sludgehammer would actually knock me down. And it's not the end of the world to get knocked down. The panic would be the same, but you'd be in proximity. Right now as well, I'm going to throw the water. That has a slight animation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this locker, because Sludgehammer doesn't understand that by me opening this locker, he's polite. I'm looking inside there. He's not going to attack me. Whenever you open a door or anything, enemies will always stop. However, animations will continue. So if the water is trying to break down a lock, the lock will continue breaking down. But Sludgehammer is just so amazed at the ability to open a door, he'll just kind of freeze in place. It's kind of like with RE Survivor. It's object permanence, you know, except with doors. It's a little bit goofy, but we're able to abuse the AI in this way. Alright, so the big thing we're trying to get back here is actually a single box of matches, which you think you'd find them somewhere here, but I suppose not. Right now, we're getting our next Sludgehammer encounter. This will be, I think, the first instance of throwing water at an enemy. I wait for him to start walking, because if he does not walk, you'll get stuck behind here. Anyway, if you're wondering, like I said, the water is covered in soap, and I guess we're fighting an army of gamers, so, you know, they're immediately distracted. They can't hurt us, don't worry. It buys you a small amount of time as you flee away from them. It works every single time. You just toss water, and then, oh no. By the way, the funniest thing is if you're low on panic and you get hit, she'll fully just tank the hit. Like, she'll get hit with the Sludgehammer and, oh, I'm not full on panic, she'll just eat it and, like, fall down. Like, oh, I got hit. And it's only if you're panicked that you'll die. And there's some wild weapons in this game. Alright, another minor trick, what's gonna happen is I'm actually going to brush up right against this bench. Oh, almost messed that up. If you try running, not brushing against the bench, you will fall down. There's a lot of you will fall down if you don't take the proper line. You must take the proper line. Anyway, RNG moment. I actually saved the water. I got good RNG. He's not following me. Bad RNG would be that he decided to follow me, which, you know, that means I'd have to use an extra water, because at this point my panic is almost full, and I would then go into panic. Which there's a good chance we'll see it in the run. Hopefully we won't, but we are prepared if it happens. Anyway, that is the sole purpose of using the matches, so we can cross this balance beam. Which, dumbest thing, this balance beam is actually RNG. What does that mean? You see right there, she's losing her balance. Yeah, there's no way of balancing properly. Like, you think this would be a skill thing where, oh, it's a balance beam minigame. Nope, you just hold left, and the amount of time she'll stagger is entirely up to the game. The best you can normally get is, like, 1 total. Or maybe, I don't know if anyone's ever had a 0, but, like, let's say about 1 total. The average most runners tend to get is 2 there, 2 back. I have 3 right now, so it's not looking good. There's 4. It's probably going to be, I think, 5. I can get 6, hopefully not. Alright, 5's okay. Not great, not bad. Anyway, you get introduced to a mechanic, they're fireflies. Literally all that means is that bugs hate her for some reason. They'll, like, grab onto her and then stun you. Luckily for us, we can just run straight through him. He doesn't understand that apparently she's really slippery, so she just... And that is the concert hall. We can now go back to the tailor. All we have to do now is leave the building, and we are good to go. And at this point, he shouldn't be able to keep up. He kind of got, he didn't really think we would run directly through him. In fact, a lot of people don't expect you to be able to do that, but yeah, you just run through the guy. And then at this point, we can head back. One of the upsides of this game is that there are quite a lot of resources if you're learning it. Like, inside the tailor, there's another lavender if you're having problems with panic. There's a lot of rings of invisibility. There's actually one in this building, too. There's quite a lot of items for those who want to learn the run because, you know, it's a lot easier if you use the items. And just the more items you use, the more time you lose, so. Alright, so like I said, we're going back to the tailor. Luckily, it's a pretty small hub. The whole reason we entered there, by the way, the whole reason was for a single set of pliers. 1 set of pliers. That's all we needed. Nothing else. Which, with this girl's powers, you think she'd be able to, like, tear open barbed wire, but no, she needs pliers. By the way, the plot of this game, I guess going into it, you're playing as a 15-year-old girl, and apparently 15-year-old girls have maximum magical powers. She's something called a rooter, which it's literally just Sailor Moon. I'm not joking when I say this. She is a magical girl that can beat something called subordinates, which is this guy and other guys we'll see later. And apparently there are people who want to use rooters for their magical powers and, like, eat them, like food. Apparently the moment you hit 20, though, you lose all the magical powers, so that's the plot. Anyway, knowing this, your mom told you, don't come home. And then our character is stupid, so she immediately came home. Like, instantly. Like, her mom told her, don't come home. And then she didn't respond after that, so she came home, which... Okay. We never claimed that she was smart. Just powerful. Anyway, we now have the pocket watch. The pocket watch is a special item for the ghost I was talking about. There's a ghost in the concert hall. It's the stories of the little girl who was murdered by Sledgehammer. We're not going to take that back over there, and I'm sure nothing silly will happen while we're doing this. Absolutely positive. I mean, do you really think that this game could be silly? Probably, actually. I mean, there's a good chance it will. I'm not going to lie at this point. Anyway, Sledgehammer's actually despawned entirely. He's no longer in the map. We're going to have a clean run back over to the concert hall, where I guess I can say we're going to be dealing with our final encounter with Sledgehammer. I won't totally tell you what happens yet. I think it should be something that speaks for itself, but I will tell you we will be encountering Sledgehammer one more time. If you have never seen this game, you are in for a treat. Okay. So we're going to be skipping these cutscenes. We're not going to watch all of them. But this game goes between Stalker mode to boss fights. There are boss battles. This game has a boss battle for every single subordinate. So this is the first of, I think, like 5? The way this is going to work is the amount of people that they killed is their health bar. We actually get introduced to Sledgehammer. See, I wasn't kidding. His name actually is Sledgehammer. He had 26 victims. And with 26 victims, he gets a health bar. So here's how it's going to go. We now have the power of magical girl arrows. I'm going to be launching them at him. I'm looking for a slam attack like, oh wow, I gambled and lost that. Hold on, I want another one. There we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the combat in this game is very, very intricate. I need to get a certain charge of my arrows to get a binding. And for Sledgehammer, it is a 5 charge. With him, we count to 5. I'm letting it grow 5 times. And doing so, you'll see he gets stuck in a prism, and I want a certain amount of these bindings in order to give him a, let's just say, my final attack. Anyway, enjoy. We're going to hit him with the Spirit Bomb. All right, now he died. He just immediately died. Which, I kind of have to feel bad for him. It's the, channel your energy. And then, yeah, we steal his pendant, which is actually ours. So, obviously, since we're speedrunning, we're going to know what we're doing. The game's a lot harder when you don't know. Some things about that fight you may not have noticed. For one, a lot of people don't realize that you're able to charge their own to get the bindings. I think it does tell you, but it's not the easiest to learn how to bind, because if you don't counterattack them with the overhead swing, normally what's going to happen is, you're not going to get the charge off. Which is bad. But the funniest thing, and also here's the room key. We have Grandpa Dick's desk key. We have kind of some stuff going on here. It just, lore, puzzles, all that. We're not going to worry too much about that just right now. But the funniest thing, you may not have noticed, and I'll tell you this. What do you think the most important thing with a ranged weapon is? Like, if you're designing a video game with ranged weapons, what do you think the most important mechanic involved in that probably is? I bet you have a lot of guesses. Like, normally if you're using a ranged weapon, one, you probably want to shoot. Which is, that's pretty important. You should be able to shoot from a range, which we can do that. The other thing, though, is aiming. Normally, you want to be able to, aim and shoot, right? That's like the 2 components of ranged weaponry. So, the point I'm making is, you can't aim in this game. What happens is, the moment you push the attack button, it will automatically target the enemy. You can't change the angle. When you push that button, it will go where you pushed. If the enemy moves, you can't readjust. There is no adjusting your aim. It will go in one direction and only one direction, which will usually be wherever the boss is facing. So, this is kind of what I was mentioning. I made it look very easy, but the game is a lot tougher than you think, because if you don't know how the boss works, the boss will move out of the way, it'll try to adjust your aim, and then, lo and behold, oh, why can't I move? So, it's kind of neat that you have a game like this that is really reliant on, shooting an arrow, or bow and arrow, but you can't aim it. There's one boss that will require manual aim in a way, like it won't auto-adjust, so you can actually kind of pick where you're choosing. You still can't adjust after you pick a spot, but you can actually pick the spot. That is the shortest boss fight in the game, funny enough. And it is exclusive to one fight. Anyway, we did all the puzzle stuff. We took a portal. I kind of mentioned the idea of going back and forth with the hub. We finished the mansion, and now we're kind of going to the next area, which is like 1960s Britain. Okay, so I'm going to use my water here. We're not going to need any for the actual puzzles here. and we'll have a neat little cutscene trick where we'll refill our water. But we want to make sure we can reactivate the portal because we will need to go back to the mansion later. Now, something I haven't talked too much about is arrow management. So right now is a good time for me to kind of go over a lot of this because we're kind of just doing basic puzzles and cutscenes. There are ghosts here. We're almost going to entirely ignore them for the most part outside of mandatory ones because we don't need them. They kind of just give you bonus like items like the sigil stones and all that, and I think they also give you colored arrows. Anyway, speaking of the arrows, we have 2 types, or 3 types, which are, you have green, red, and basic. The basic ones are just how I've been shooting, right? Green arrows are knockback arrows. They do a good amount of damage, and they will knock back an enemy. Red arrows are binding arrows. They do a good amount of damage, and what they'll also do is they'll bind an enemy, so you get a free binding. We're going to be doing a very particular routing for all of these arrows, because obviously free damage and bindings is pretty damn good. As well, a lot of these boss fights can be more challenging than you think. Clock Tower 3 is a weird game. Also, this puzzle is literally just face the painting. So there we go. But it's kind of funny because whenever I've watched people play this game casually, a lot of you are like, oh, this game's pretty easy. And then when they start playing it more and more, this game has probably one of the steepest difficulty curves I have ever seen in a game. Because the final, like, whole end stream of bosses are just so ridiculously hard. A lot of people don't know how to deal with it, especially since a lot of players will use their good inventory early. They won't save anything for endgame. They're like, oh, you know, I have these items, may as well use them. And then when you get to the hard stuff, you don't have items. Luckily in speedrunning, we're not going to have that problem. It's kind of like, oh, we have perfect playthroughs to a degree, or we're going to try perfecting the playthrough. So, that'll be good for us. Anyway, the whole point of this is we got into a cabin and we found a dead body. That's all we had to do. We just had to find that dead body and unlock that door. Doing all of that will allow us to get a couple of cutscenes here. The first one is right here when you pass the water fountain. There's a cutscene where she will literally fill up her water. That's why we didn't have to do it ourselves. You are always forced to watch this cutscene. So at this point, we'll take a free water refresh. And it's worth opening the portal early because going from 0 water to 4 water is good. Also, you may have noticed we have 4 water now. That's because whenever you beat a boss fight, it goes up by 1, except it only does it twice. This game has weird rules. We also grab Dick's desk key. That's old Grandpa Dick's key for his desk. He had his room key and a desk key. I think they'd be together, or be one key, but no, I guess not. Oh, God. So this actually be a very quick trip. We're literally just going back to that library. It's kind of funny that you barely need to be in this mansion. Like, you can be in the mansion, but you barely need to be in it. There's only a few rooms you ever need to indulge in. And the speedrun's kind of funny in that way, because I don't think I've been in like the rest of the rooms in this mansion in so long. It's a big mansion, too. There's a lot of rooms, and a lot of things you're supposed to, like, unlock as you play the game. But, yeah, I kind of ever go to these rooms. You can find right here. Anyway, the whole point of this is now we get a mask, which this is going to be the toughest puzzle in the game. I can't believe it. We're going to get a mask. And where do you think the mask goes? Strange mask. If only there's a place the mask can go, like, you know, this giant lever on the wall that's mask-shaped. Oh my god, it's a secret room. No way. I can't believe it. Anyway, we're actually going to be grabbing a special arrow hidden right here. This is the only time in the game you can grab this arrow, funny enough. So if you miss it, you don't get it. It's also weird because the moment you grab the roll of film here, it will actually teleport you to the other room. So you want to make sure you grab the arrow first. The arrows I'm grabbing, I mentioned earlier, will be used for certain boss fights. So we have certain goals for every single arrow grabbed. I mean, I guess that's really any game ever. You're always grabbing what you need. You can have some additional ones, and obviously RNG can be good or good or bad. But every arrow will have a pretty fun strat, and I guess purpose behind it. Anyway, with all of that, since we have the film, we can now just go back to the portal and use it on that dead body, because that's what that ghost wanted. Which, it's really stupid as to what we're doing here. Because the whole last mission was we needed pliers for barbed wire. The whole reason why we need the camera roll is going to be the absolute dumbest thing. And you will see in one brief moment here. Because you'd be thinking, oh, you know, maybe it's something like barbed wire again. You know, her hands can't touch barbed wire. That'd be bad. And, you know, to your credit, it probably would be bad to touch barbed wire. The problem is, well, I'll just show you once we're there. Anyway, luckily for us, now that we're back here, we're going to be having a bit of a shortcut on the side of the building right here. You may remember we exited here, so we can just enter right back in. The body will be here, so we'll make sure we use the film on the camera specifically so we can develop it. The ghost is now healed, and we get 2 photos. These photos show a couple of things. The first one, it shows a, you know, a killer throwing a body in a dumpster. The second one, it shows a painting on a wall with a switch underneath it. A very suspicious painting on a wall. Now, the thing is, this painting is always there, but only after seeing the photo does she think, hey, maybe I should interact with that painting, which is right here. Look at this painting. Oh. This painting that was like barely hanging. I'm surprised it didn't fall off by itself. But Alyssa, I mean, she's not the brightest. She's powerful, but he doesn't think. Anyway, it's not every day you get to see some of the cutscenes. I always like to allocate a little bit more time to the run, because I'm going to show you a very sweet cutscene. Who says horror games can't be sweet? Anyway, we're going to investigate this, and here's a little bit of lore.
Mother, what are you doing? I told you you shouldn't wander around outside by yourself.
I came to tell you that dinner's ready, and I told you that you don't need to be...
Now it shows you what kind of game Clock
Your
Tower
mother
3
may have
is.
sticky eyes, but she's not on her last legs yet. You just concentrate on your work. Anyway, what is it you're making this time? Some new toy that'll have the local kids agog, I bet.
Actually, I've been busy making this.
Albert, what's this?
Winter's coming, and I
See,
don't want you catching
it's
cold,
sweet.
wandering around outside.
He made
I've
her a
been making this
nice
my spare
blanket,
time.
or I think
Is
it's
it
like a
warm enough?
shawl.
It's lovely. So warm and soft. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's enough playing happy families. You make me sick.
He heard something really funny on the way here. That's why he's laughing so much.
How do you like the acid bath? May you both be blinded and search for each other in vain for all eternity.
Anyway, that's the acid bath. It goes on for a while, by the way. Alright, anyway, Corroder is our next enemy. We're immediately going to throw water on him, and like most gamers, he's going to combust immediately into flames. I'll be grabbing a special item right here. It's the invisibility band, and Corroder is where the game really starts amping up. He's actually really fun to play around. His mechanic changes a bit. Corroder is a big fan of jump scares. So what that's going to mean is he's not going to chase us the way Sledgehammer was. Sledgehammer is very, you know, obvious. He follows behind you, and he normally will try to stick behind you. What Corroder will do, since his map is smaller, is he is going to be jump scaring you. So the way we're going to play around this is on this wall will be a jump scare. I'm going to throw the water early. Once again, he'll combust into flames. And we can run past him. I'm going to be abusing this fact every time, and I'll just kind of be playing around these jump scares. He's actually going to jump scare me in this room. The moment I grab this item, he'll pop in, and we have a fun trick what we can do with this. Like I said, doors have funny mechanics. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide right next to the door. When he walks in, I'll just run through him, because apparently he's not... Again, doors are really fun in this game, because you just break it. But once again, he immediately lost us, because I guess he didn't expect us to... Again, we're slippery. At this point, we have a little bit of RNG. He's going to hit us with an attack. We actually want acid. We don't want the butt slam. He's giving me the butt slam. By the way, this man is killing people with acid, and he feels like his favorite attack is, oh my god, it's Corroder from the top rope, and then he literally tries to butt slam you. That was an actual attack in a horror game, by the way. Why does he do that? I don't know. I don't know. He wanted to, I guess. He really thought that was the move. Anyway, he'll jump scare us here. We're gonna immediately throw water, make sure he doesn't get too close. The last water will be used in a moment. We're pretty much using all of them on Corroder. In all fairness, I mean, Alyssa was also, you know, wrestling. She had her, by God, it's Alyssa with a steel... Well, I guess it was a wooden chair. Maybe he knew. Maybe he watched the wooden chair attack earlier and knew he had you hit him with the stuff. And yeah, something really cool about this game I haven't talked about, but a lot of Clock Tower-esque games and Stalker games normally don't let you solve puzzles while you're being chased, but Clock Tower 3 is actually a really fun run because it ignores that rule. So even though you're being chased by enemies, if you're being bold, you can actually do puzzles while that's happening. And it makes for a pretty fun speedrun. Anyway, this is a puzzle. The answer is always the most inconvenient path. Just go to the far end. If you try going on the close end, it will break. It's still a scary game. I mean, an old woman was beaten to death with a by Corroder and put in the acid bath. Anyway, we actually have a very special bit of routing here. We're gonna get an arrow that was routed in. A lot of the arrows are routed in by a Japanese runner by the name of Batake. But what we're gonna do is we're immediately gonna start running. We're gonna grab the arrow back here, and the moment I grab the arrow, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to toss the water instantly. It will automatically aim the water, and we can just squeeze right by him. If you are not careful with your movement, he'll be too close, and he will probably hit you before you throw the water. You can possibly die as a result of that. It is actually a lot riskier than it sounds. Okay, and now we're in the boss fight. Once again, same rules apply, except Corroder is probably the most mobile boss in the game. Why? I have no idea. Unlike Sledgehammer really just kind of would walk directly into you. Corroder likes the idea of walking left and right. Ideally, I want him to keep attacking me because that means I get more damage off. If he starts going left and right, that means I can't attack him. Also, really dumb thing, if you mash triangle, it will skip the health bar from filling up. Like, you immediately get a filled up health bar. It's stupid. I have no idea why that's the case. Anyway, rules have changed a little bit. If he says, there she is, I'm going to be getting a range attack I must deflect. His other attack, I can have a little bit more time, but I'm actually going for a full binding charge or a 6 charge. That is how it's going to work, and a 3 charge will stun him. So the magic numbers are 3 and 6. If I want a counterattack, I want at least 3. If I want to get a binding, I must have 6. Sometimes it's RNG on how fast I can get a Spirit Bomb. It's kind of weird because there isn't really a magic answer on when you want it. I actually feel like I got it a little bit early. Because if you get it too early, you're going to have trouble getting big damage off later and you have to manage bindings. If you get it too late, you'll overkill, which is also bad. So you only want 1 Spirit Bomb per fight. He's actually not going to die with this. It's going to do a lot of damage, but it won't kill him.
There she is.
Alright, that's fine.
Prepare to die.
Alright, that's good. Prepare to die is good. And I'll say I get my binding. And like I said, I can't aim during this fight, so I'm really hoping he will not be moving. Alright. Oh, see, there we go. Also, something I didn't mention is that you don't always need 5 bindings. It is weird. You need them... Oh, we get 5. You just need them bound. And the ways of doing this are either one, you get 5. 5 will always get it for you normally. Or 2, you can position the bindings. If you can get 3 like locked in on various spots, what that will do is that will also let you get a spirit bomb. And it's helpful, but the problem is normally it's not useful for most of the game's bosses, because if you're getting too early of a bomb, then, like I said, you have to manage your arrows. Anyway, that was actually a pretty good fight. We had one awkward moment where he did go left, but we caught that early and we were able to readjust. Honestly, not a bad fight. If I had that fight in a an actual run, that probably would be a good thing. And they're wondering, what do you mean actual run? Well, normally I don't show off a cutscene of an old woman being beaten to death by, Croter? I don't know what to define that man as. Deranged man. Let's go with that one. Anyway, funny enough, remember all the mechanic I said about, oh, we'll go hub world over, the mansion, next level, mansion, next level. All right, ignore that rule. Now we're in the next level. We're in the sewer tower. So the game just ignores rules that it makes. Oh, you get more water, you get more things. Nah, the rules don't matter. They're made up. I lied. I didn't lie. I mean, the game makes rules. It just proceeds to immediately ignore them for some reason. We're immediately in the next level because, like, you spawn back in the mansion, but then they just send you here anyway in the sewer tower. I think there's a way to get back to the mansion, but for the rest of the game, we never need to go back there. So we're just going to be going through the areas they take us. Sewer tower is going to be fun because we have some interesting mechanics with our next subordinate. Stalker, what are you gonna call him? This is going to be Chopper. Why is he named Chopper? Well, he chops. He has 2 axes. Chopper is brutal. He's aggressive. We got good RNG, so there are 2 attacks we can get there. We can get a swing or a spin. Swing is good, spin is bad.
Oh, nice trick.
Chopper's really fun. He is probably one of the toughest enemies to avoid in the game. He is the 2nd toughest. There's one enemy who's harder, but luckily we barely see that enemy. For most purposes, Chopper will be the toughest enemy in the game. Sewer tower is weird because you need to navigate 3 different floors and do a variety of puzzles and, keys. You need to get both of each, while also avoiding Chopper the whole time. He'll always spawn if you spend any amount of time in these areas. Luckily for us, the spawn does not start until we get downstairs. I can grab the invisibility band, which will come in handy later. There he is. And funny enough, every Chopper spawn is going to have a unique mechanic. The first one we can almost entirely ignore. We do need workman's gloves, the rubber gloves, so we'll be grabbing these. Right now, we can actually avoid that attack pretty well by outrunning it. There's a wide range of room. I can always bait out that attack. It's pretty simple. The next one, though, I will not be able to bait out, so I have to know when to throw and when to go, I guess. Alright. Now I have the next one. This is going to be a toolbox, and we have much less room to play with here. So what I'm going to do is the moment I get to the toolbox, I will, spam the grab. And now once I have the item, I'm going to be spamming the throw button. If you spam the throw button, you almost always get the throw off. Chopper, like the rest of them, is, weak to soap and water. So he's going to just start kind of freaking out. At this point, we'll use that time to get back to the elevator, and we'll be going back to B3. This is where we started. It's kind of just a lot of remembering where to go, but once you kind of learn how to do it, it's pretty simple. We're going to run right down here, and surprisingly enough, Alyssa is going to, be grabbing live wires. Luckily, she grabbed rubber gloves. Like, I feel like even with rubber gloves, it's probably a bad idea, right? I'm not an electrician, but I feel like in any case, grabbing a live wire is probably not smart. It's probably better to turn off the power, I would think, but it happens. Anyway, that's actually decent RNG. He knocked me at the stairs. I actually didn't think he would be that aggressive, but he is. That worked out in my favor. Normally what you would expect is him to be in that hallway and him with the water, but I actually got to save a water throw with that, which is kind of nice. I have to keep the water count in mind. But in all fairness, all these people were hired to cut out her heart and eat it. Or so the main villain can eat it, I suppose. So she's not really unlucky. She's just kind of stupid because this is what her mom was trying to warn her about. Anyway, here's the toughest ghost. We found these glasses, and these glasses belong to this man. You must understand that the ghost was apparently too lazy to go literally, like, what, 5 feet away? So now the ghost is saved. The ghost has been redeemed because the ghost finally found the glasses. You know, the glasses that were on that rock. That's an actual puzzle. It's like, hey, where's the answer? Oh, there it is. I dropped my glasses. Oh, there they are. And now we got a key card. So, there's gonna be a jump scare axe here. It'll always increase your panic to almost full. It doesn't matter where your panic's at, you will always be almost full at that point. And now, back down to B1. Or back up to B1, I should say. It's a neat game. So, this is, weirdly enough, the major RNG portion of Chopper's Stalker section. He's either going to spawn behind me or in front of me. Behind. We're good. I got good RNG, actually, surprisingly enough. So, if he spawns in front of you, you're going to have to waste your water immediately to make sure you don't go into panic. And if he spawns behind you, you only have to throw 1 water on the way back, which behind is ideal. You don't want it in front. Also, it is not faster to go in panic because you can't do any of the puzzles, and also you'll randomly freeze. Do not go into panic. If you're in panic, immediately get out of panic. It's not worth it. The speed as well, I don't think is even faster. I think it's like, if it is, it's barely faster, but even then you would have to plan around the animation taking longer, the random freezes, everything going bad. Anyway, I actually have the perfect amount of waters. I don't know how he did it, but that is literally the perfect amount of waters to have. Also, fun fact, Alyssa has really long arms. She just reaches under the staircase to grab this arrow. She has really long arms. It's what magical girl powers do. She just... Okay, here's a boss fight that sucks. Chopper 1. Chopper is one of the most awkward fights in the game. The win condition is either 1, drain of him health, or 2, spirit bomb him. You have to spirit bomb him once. Really, you have to get a spirit bomb. That's it. How do you get it? Hope for the best. There's a few ways of doing it. It's pretty rough. It is going to heavily vary based on how you're playing this. There's a few strategies. We're going to see how he goes, though. To play it safe, what I'm going to do is I'm fire green, and then I'm going to get a full charge. I'm going to reflect his axe immediately back into him, and this might work. I think we're good. Hope this hits. Oh my god, he didn't hit. And when I said I couldn't aim, gotta love this game, right? Oh, I didn't get the recharge. It's fine. That's okay. We should be good right here. All right, and the fight's done. So it's a cutscene fight. You get the binding on him, and then he literally deflects the spirit bomb. It's actually pretty cool, but you know we're not gonna do that. And now we're in the graveyard. Apparently this is where Chopper is killing every magical girl ever. He has a graveyard that he built to be a shrine to all the magical girls he murdered, apparently. It's goofy. But the graveyard has 2 sections dedicated to it. One section is the mausoleum, and the other is the graveyard. We start with the mausoleum because it's the easier of the 2. Also, it's going to be easier for the water refresh. This is how we route it in. Graveyard is going to be tougher. Right now is one of the areas that's kind of just like, it's okay. It's pretty easy, not too much to deal with here. It's mostly just ghosts. So, I talked about the waters. We always need 2 for the portal. We don't have to worry about the portal back right now. But, here's the thing. This is RNG, based on the cycles of the ghosts. I got bad RNG. You know what? I'm not surprised. But like I said, I had perfect water, so I kind of expected that. Having the one water means I can throw this, and I don't have to worry about the ghost. The total amount you would have definitely varies based on how you've been playing. 3 is ideal because it's 2 for the portal and 1 for that ghost. Because you always need to go back up here to drop off this talisman because it's a puzzle, match the color to the grave or the coffin. And right now we can actually refill our holy water. 3 is the cool number to have because if you have 3, you 1 on that ghost, 2 on the portal. Also, that is terrible RNG. Oh my god, he is all the way right there. That is so goofy. Yeah, depending on where they are in the cycle, I have no idea how that's decided. It's just, you kind of keep an eye out. The best spot is that when you approach the coffin there behind the coffin so you can just get in and get out. Number 1 was pretty bad, but I will be grabbing a green arrow right here. Also, yes, you may only carry 1 at a time. You can't carry any more than 1. On the upside, though, it's less risky on the way back because it doesn't matter where they are. If you can touch the coffin, they die immediately. So it doesn't matter if they're going to get me. The ghost will go away the moment you are there. Also, yeah, don't you love this beautiful song? It just... Hey, what should our OST sound like? I don't know. Oh my god, that's genius. I got a mosquito in my room. Put it in. Truly a beautiful song. Anyway, where's... Oh, that's bad. Well, I'm getting all the worst RNG. That is okay. I might need to actually grab more water. That is rough. Ideally, I don't want more water. Let's yellow it. Hey, 1. Okay, that worked out well. And now I grab this green arrow. Like I said, we're grabbing a lot of green arrows. Okay, that's not so bad. Although I have no idea what's with that ghost right there. Like, they're just waiting for me. Anyway, this one's now dead, and the water usage was okay. It could have been a little bit better. Ideally, what you would want is you want to leave all the ghosts with 2 waters left. If you can get that, it's quite good, because then you'll be able to just make your way through. But unfortunately, I was not able to. Also, the reason why I put this here is because then we can just save for the last one. There's probably a few ways you can do the order of this, but this is the traditional order. Although I don't think they really matter too much on difference of time. I don't actually know if they've all ever been timed between each other. It's kind of one of those things that I don't think the order particularly matters as long as you're probably going to end up going to the same spots one way or another. Alright, they're all dead, and now we can get out of the mausoleum once we grab the special talisman. We're almost done. We're also going to want to make sure we leave this place with 5 waters, so right now I need 7, so we're going to refill it twice. Once to open the portal, once to have 5 going out. Okay. It's kind of funny because we have one of the, easiest sections followed immediately by one of the hardest sections of the run. So, you may have been wondering, hey, all that stuff you've been grabbing throughout the run, why? This is why. So, I wasn't joking when I said this game starts to amp up difficulty by quite a lot. We're going to be hitting, arguably, one of the toughest sections of the game. You have very small, self-contained arenas. One on the left, one on the right. We did the left one, and now we must do the right one. Which will happen right here. You need 5 waters to open the portal, 2 to open the other portal, and 1 more. Which, if you had more water, this would be easier, but we're going to activate the portal now. Why? Because we need to be able to exit through here on the way back. Now, the problem is, water is nice for dealing with enemies, and we're going to have an enemy the whole time. It's going to be Chopper. The problem is, you can't use that water on Chopper. It's a puzzle water. you must have 1 water to solve the ultimate puzzle by the end of this. So, we have to deal with the chopper without having any water. I'm going to run past him. He can always escape him. He'll attack. The apex of his attack, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the first of my invisibility rings. Ideally, what I want him to do is get lost. Normally, if I use it roughly about there, he might get lost. And the order is the amount of eyes. It's actually just 1, 2, 3. But you need to activate the statue in that exact order. So we have the 1-eyed line. We start with 1. After that, we're going to be having the 2-eyed line, which will be right up here. But Chopper's a bit RNG. We can get good RNG or bad RNG. I got bad RNG. Really bad RNG, in fact. So he is going to be massively aggressive. This is why we grabbed all of these items. Every single chase item that I have grabbed has been for Chopper. This one section, I grabbed 3 of them. All of them are for Chopper. If he is bad, you will use the second invisibility ring right here. He's actually going to follow me, though, most likely. And this is going to get dicey. I might not use all 3, which I do. That's okay. Anyway, we have now solved the puzzle. It lasts just long enough for me to do all 3. Unfortunately, these cutscenes actually eat into my invisibility ring time. Last, you need to use the water on this pedestal. You can miss, by the way. If you miss, you have to go a long way around, which is very bad. All of that to get the talisman. Now, the tough part is you have to do all of this, and then you must make it back with 0 waters, and also avoiding Chopper. He took a really dumb path, and I think he actually gave me good RNG if he throws. I can't have him swing too much. He attacks really fast. Anyway, he's being really dumb. Okay, never mind. Chopper's... What are you doing? I hyped you up, man. I hyped you up. He did not... Okay, never mind. He gave me the freest exit possible. Like... Well, I mean, not the freest guy used 2 items, but... Yeah, normally what will happen is Chopper will be immediately on you and driving up your panic. But... he did his best. That's the best way I can put it. He tried his best. Okay. There's 1. We're actually going to be getting a water refresh because we won't get it back in the next area. And this is a good spot for it. We'll need 5 waters for the next hub. And 2. Okay, so Chopper's boss fight went from one of the easiest fights in the game to probably one of the toughest fights in the game. We're going to be having his boss fight coming right about now. It's kind of funny because this strat was lived out by a lot of runners, and there was a lot to do. Originally, you just kept firing arrows at him and saved arrows for the final bosses. However, we found out by utilizing a green arrow here, a runner named Demonic Robots found that if you, you counter him with a green arrow, it will immediately give you a good attack. At that point, it was then further lived out by Botsuke, which we can call something like the God Strat. Botsuke really changed up the game with Clock Tower. What does that mean? Well, the Demonic Strat was really easy. You let him approach you, you fire a green arrow at him. And then, after the counterattack, he will then throw. Once he throws, you just counter and win. And it was very easy. Botsuke saved 20 seconds off his strat, the God Strat, which is similar. You still use a green arrow, but instead of waiting for him to come to you, you go to him. Not only that, but what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to try baiting out an attack and launching Chopper into a certain direction. Anyway, I hope the fight will go well. I don't get it all the time. It's an incredibly tough strat, and there's a lot to consider with it. It also depends on how nice Chopper wants to be. There's a few factors in how it goes. It's a bit RNG too, because sometimes Chopper's aggressive, sometimes he's not. Also, you can die there. I almost never die there, but actually, I don't think I've ever died there. But it's certainly a thing. Anyway, it's now time. So what we want to do is you want to run up to him, have him attack us, but we dodge to the top side. At that point, I also want to counterattack while he's attacking. It is one very swift motion. I might miss it. If I do, that's bad. If I don't, well, I guess it doesn't really matter because I already lost time from cutscenes. But you know, that probably means I'll hit it, right? I tried grinding this offline, don't hit it. I do it on the hotfix after never landing it, landed. We'll see what happens though. If I miss it, that's okay. The game has a pretty generous continue function. Okay, so boss fight time. We're gonna run up to him. Oh, wait, that's fine.
Oh, nice trick.
Alright, so we're gonna wait for him to attack us. This is an awkward positioning. Anyway, we got the counter hit. I don't have him in the right spot. Normally you want to be right next to that statue. I may have need to go a little bit further in. This is weird. Damn. Well, I'm very intrigued by how this is gonna go. Oh my god, he dropped it. That's fine. Okay, this one bad. Alright, luckily for us, we just need to get bindings until he goes. Alright, we're good. I did not get it. Oh, if you miss it, you just play it normally. You can do the fights normally. It's not mandatory to do the strats. It's just if you do them, you save a lot of time. Nice counter. Anyway, Batake's strat is... Alright, we just won the fight, by the way. Batake's strat is very, you know, hard to get, because by getting behind him, you launch him towards the statue that you may have saw in the back. The point of that is, by getting him behind the statue, when he's throwing the axes, there is a very good chance that he will hit himself. It is stupid, but funny. So not only are you doing damage to him, he will do damage to him. Which... Okay, good try, lad. And then you just have a fun combo of you pelting with arrows, and then he pelts himself with axes. Because the axes will actually reflect off the environment, and he can hit himself with these axes. Because normally you can counter him. He can counter himself. That's why that strat is so difficult. That being said, the easy version would have been, you know, let him approach me with the green arrow, but it's always worth going for, because it's been more fun that way. That being said, it still wasn't a bad fight. I'm kind of bummed out that we dropped the, you know, the bindings, but he gave us good RNG after that, so it's okay. I'll definitely say, though, like, there's no strat in this game that I would argue totally kills the run. If you fail almost anything, there's usually a good backup for it. Like, in that case, oh, the bindings dropped? Okay, just hit him with a 3 charge until he throws, and then you can get back in business. You can do the fight legit. Anyway, this section's a lot tougher if you don't know what to do. And luckily for us, well, we know the route, so that won't be a problem. What does that mean? This section heavily banks on you getting lost and having to look around. Since we're, not doing that, we can just sort of grab that immediately. And the goal of this is to grab 3 keys. As you're grabbing these keys, what's going to happen is, you're going to get chased by 2 stalkers, Scissorman and Scissorwoman. Which, by the way, we're going to have series villains. And I bet you're wondering, what are the names of these villains? And you have a, I want to keep in mind, by the way, that apparently these characters are meant to be, like, they're brought in over from, I think lore-wise, the game takes place in the UK, and these are special hired guns that are really good at taking out magical girls, and they brought them over from the East. So I think they're meant to be Japanese. But what do you expect the, you know, if you had a Scissorman and Scissorwoman who are Japanese, what would you expect their names to be? Because I bet you would never guess it. They have names, like actual, like, you know, they're not Scissorman. It's specifically Scissorman blank. Also, he gets introduced. I already grabbed the item, though, so I can almost immediately ignore him. They also dress like Harlequins. Anyway, these skilled assassins from Japan are named Ralph and Jemima. Which, I'm just... Yeah. That's their names. Anyway, fun thing, the mirror world, it just kind of mirrored, so we break that, we'll get 1 key on the other side. There are 2 keys on this side. Scissorwoman's weird. Wow, this is the first time in a long time I've actually had decent RNG in this room. I kind of messed it up ending up a game of Panic Up, but it'll probably be fun. Scissorwoman is weird. So Scissorman is the most aggressive enemy in the game and the toughest enemy in the game. Luckily for us, though, we barely see him. Scissorwoman, or Jemima, her mechanic is weird because she does hit hard, immensely hard, in fact. The thing is, though, her attacks take a long time to actually wind up. So even though she'll attack us, as long as I keep moving, I'll actually get out of range before I get into panic. So while she hits hard, it doesn't matter. I can almost immediately run out of it. Anyway, Jemima's side is done. And now we can go over here. I already unlocked this on the other side of the water throw. Ralph will almost always follow me in. Luckily, this is the only time I have to avoid him. And yes, Ralph and Jemima are very traditional Japanese names. That's right. If you try opening this beforehand, it says, oh, there's like a magical seal preventing me from opening this. And that's what we had to break on the other side. Okay, it looks like we're probably going to be okay. He's going to do a backswing. I'm probably going to need the hit. There it is. He always does exactly that. I don't know why, but that's always the case. Anyway, with 3 keys, we are now out of the hospital. It's actually a really quick section. And now we're entering the final hub. We maximizing our waters once again, getting up to 5. And we are now entering the castle. We don't need to worry about that portal because everything we are going to be doing is right here. I think that portal just allows you to go back if you missed anything, but we're in the end game. So, I mentioned earlier that Chopper tends to be the hardest enemy in the game. The reason why is because even though Ralph would be the toughest enemy normally, we barely see him. He does spawn right here, but what we're going to do is we're going to use one of our waters. We're going to toss at him. That's going to distract him for a little bit, and we're going to hopefully not get panicked. Luckily, if I do, I have a lavender, but we can kind of avoid him right now. Luckily, he won't really spam attacks too badly here. He's pretty nice about letting you get in here. There is a yellow strat you can do that barely saves time, where you can run immediately to the door if you don't get hit. And you can hit both him and the door at the same time, and it's actually really good. But luckily, we don't need to worry about that. Right now, as well, there's going to be a safe strat I can do. I'll probably do it, because I've been dumb lately, and I've been eating more time loss than I need to here. But this is the last Ralph encounter in the game before his boss fight. I don't know why he only spawns in this one area. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw water. Oh my god, I went into panic. Don't kill me. I think he also ate one of my waters is the funniest part.
Come on, Alyssa.
Okay. You have to grab this note. I have 2 waters just for Ralph. There we go. And Ralph is now done. Okay, so that didn't go very safe at all. Ralph is now done. The funniest thing about it is... So, with other attackers, they don't normally attack fast enough to get your panic up that high. Like, you can normally have more time to get away. They might stun lock you. But Ralph attacks so fast, and he's the fastest character in the game. And that's why he's so lethal. You only get to see it in that one hallway. Because the rest of this mansion will be Jemima. And Jemima is an absolute jobber. She is not she doesn't know what she's doing. She just doesn't attack nearly fast enough to be a threat. In the past, you needed more water for her, but Batsuke actually found some really cool strats to where we're just going to straight up ignore her. And we attack her once with water. We only need 1 water for the rest of the game. You could grab more if you wanted, if you're trying to play it safe. Also, consider how strong Alyssa is, to which she is allowed to do a squat while shimmying like this. Like, do you know how strong that is? It's the magical girl powers. They allowed her to do the perfect squat. Yeah, the whole reason we had to grab that memo, by the way, on the Ralph side was because I needed to get a note about a loose pipe or something like that, or a loose, like, barricade. It's like, if you look at this, like, oh, it's loose, I can break it, which I feel like if you look at that, you can break it. Just kick it. But that's why we needed the note. we go. All right, so here is the Jemima encounter with water. We need to look at the A. We need to then put it out with Ash. Jemima's really cool at just doing that. Like, we take a shovel and then put it back, and she'd let all that happen, and then we can just throw water on her. The A crest. The ghost is very polite, that's why. Anyway, puzzle time. The candlestick will allow us to, get the statues up. There are 3 crests. A-N-D. It spells and. It actually has a few meanings, and it's pretty fun. Like, it's actually a reference to the original Clock Tower game, because you have Dick, Alyssa, and Nancy, which are the characters of the family. But also, it spells Dan, which in the original Clock Tower, one of the main villains was a man named, the Cradle of the Stars, Dan Barros. Anyway, fun strategy here. She's gonna attack. I'm gonna ignore it with the power of the dwarf. She just doesn't realize that I can ignore her attack. She takes these giant swings, not realizing it's not gonna work. So this is kind of what I mentioned. In the past, you'd throw holy water to beat her to the punch, but you can just run right past her and it's faster. There's the end crest for Nancy. And then we just head back. So, every now and again, whenever you speedrun games, you might accidentally find things. You might find tech. In case you're wondering, what have I done with this game? I've ran it for a while, and I found one trick. And the trick I found is kind of fun.
There you are, slice and dice.
Oh, she actually had the attack. It should be fun. We're good. So, the trick I found is coming up right about now. Let's see here. First things first, we're going to be putting in the crest. I got body blocked. I wasn't... maybe Jemima just a little bit more slippery. Okay. Open the door. The trick I found is with this upcoming puzzle. For a while, runners would do the puzzle as intended. I found a way of doing this puzzle by absolutely just breezing through it, and I made it very consistent. I decided at the time to call it YOLO Nights. Why? Well, exactly what it sounds like. We're going to be YOLOing the nights. So this room is a puzzle room. There's a variety of puzzles. You grab items, you read notes, and then eventually you just put in the D crest. And it's kind of funny because it just spawns in the same room. Oh, where do I do this? It's all in this room. It's just like a lore room. It's just a massive lore dump that tells you what's happening. Which, plot twist, the main villain was your grandfather. He wanted to eat your heart because apparently that's what he does. So he hired all these people to kill you, and that's why your mom told you don't go home, but your character's stupid. But also, the grandfather's more stupid because I feel like after the first, deranged killer coming after you, why wouldn't you just say, hey, oh my god, Alyssa, I believe you about these killers. Maybe we stay in the mansion. I'll keep you safe. And then, I don't know, kill her in her sleep or something. He's stupid. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that because the story of this game is really dumb. What I will get into is that these nights will one-shot you. And YOLO Nights is one strategy that I invented, like I was talking about. The idea behind it is that if you move perfectly in this area, you can immediately bolt it through the nights. It is very particular that you must move perfectly. What does that mean? No bonking. You can't bonk on a single wall, you can't miss a single input. The reason why is because by getting right here, you should be able to time it without dying. Luckily, I do have a sigil stone. I actually did that perfectly. You see the swing actually happen at the very end of that. Like I said, you can't even take a second. You must move perfectly. And in doing so, you don't have to worry about waiting. In the past, runners would wait for safety. You don't have to do that, and that's why I call it YOLO Nights, because you're YOLOing through the nights. Those nights, by the way, will one-shot you. It is an immediate death, unless you grab a sigil stone, then you can tank one hit. However, it's not usually worth grabbing that. You would normally be doing this without the sigil stone. Luckily for us, we have that. But, yeah. It's actually a really cool strat. Now, I bet you're wondering, that didn't look like that much. Yeah, the whole kicker is that you have to do it twice. It's not just doing it once, it's doing it twice. A trick so nice. Oh, I didn't need this book. I accidentally grabbed it. Well, I hope that didn't mess up the trick again, because it's a two-part trick. Oh god, I'm bad. And I don't entirely know what the cycle works on. Usually, it's just do not delay. If we're doing it right, we should be able to see the attack going in the room. So, in the game, we have 3 boss fights left, and we're actually entering the boss rush of the game. It will straight up be a boss rush with all 3 fights, and all 3 fights will have a unique mechanic. Or unique mechanics, I should say. Okay, so the nights are still going, like I said. We're just going to yellow it. We're going to run through. It should be an attack and beat if I did it right. Okay, it is. And look how close that is. Literally right there. Just right on the back. Anyway, we're now officially done with the movement, provided I don't mess up here. There is a mess up you can do. It's really stupid. But with this lever, it's surprisingly deceptive. Because you think you have more time than you actually do. Because this, like, raises 2 walls, and you need to run through both of them. If you bonk on any of these door frames, you can't make it in time. It is a very awkward line to take. So, something to keep in mind. Alright, so, we have 2 boss fights right now. We're going to be having Scissor Woman Jemima and then Scissor Man Ralph. Now, Scissor Woman Jemima is going to be easily the hardest fight in the game. It's a very tough fight. It might take a bit of doing. And she's so difficult, she has her own unique theme song. I'm not kidding. She has straight up has this goofy track. Okay, so, Scissor Woman. Like I said, manual aiming. So I'm going to do is I'm aim right here. Damage. I aim right here. Damage. Okay, she's dead. Sorry, I blatantly lied to you. You knew it was coming. Okay, anyway, remember that old song? We're going back there. That song doesn't last long. We're immediately back to normal. You know, the boss fight music? Yeah, they decided maybe they didn't like it that much. Okay, so here's the actual difficult boss fight here. He almost always opens with attack. He will always attack you once before you can get an attack in. He has special rules. So, a 6 charge will bind him. However, if you get a 5 charge and counterattack, that will also bind him. So this. Oh my god, he gave me a green arrow. What a fight, huh? What a fight. I can't believe he ate my green arrow. Alright, we should be... I'll have enough damage. It's fine. We just have the counterattack and get him binded. And hopefully I don't die. Yeah, don't you love his attacks? He has range attacks. He has melee attacks. He has super attacks. He's incredibly mobile. I wasn't kidding when I said he's the hardest boss in the game. He actually is. I was lying about Scissor Woman. I wasn't lying about him, and I'm glad we barely had to see him in the run. Anyway, the moment I get a Spirit Bomb, he'll die. Alright, he's dead. It's all good. I can't believe he ate the green arrow, though. I don't know what actually decides his attacks. But he has some good attacks. Also, he's really goofy. 1, he dies that way, and 2, just look at him for a second. That's his... I mean, he'll die after that, but that's his move. Like, when he loses, he just literally just spins on the ground, shouting Alyssa. I mean, fair. I get it. I get it. Anyway, for a game called Clock Tower, we haven't seen a clock tower once. So we'll have a single clock tower in this game. Not 3 clock towers, but 1. And we'll be climbing the clock tower. Now, funny enough, you may have been wondering, hey, didn't you grab like a bunch of arrows earlier? Why did you use 1? Great question. You know all those arrows I grabbed? I'm using them now. I talked earlier, if you remember like 20 minutes ago or something, about how when you're playing this game, there's a massive difficulty curve. The massive curve happens right now. Why? Most people will use all their resources to beat the difficult boss fights in the game. All the fights aren't easy, like they obviously ramp up and they're not, you know, while they aren't the hardest fights, they're definitely not simple. A lot of people will use their green and red arrows earlier. In this game, the final boss is probably one of the toughest bosses in almost any game you'll play. Whenever I watch people like who play the game casually, they will literally take 30 minutes per attempt on this fight. Because 1, they don't understand how to get the arrows off because he's very distinct, and 2, they ran out of resources. There's a third reason, and I haven't shown the health bars. Like, you can see the health bar, right? And throughout the game, what have you noticed? You have these the red health bars where they've kind of been pretty, like, you know, like maybe fill about half the screen, I would say, like a little bit about half, maybe. I mean, all of you have been watching so far. You might be able to know the exact amounts. You probably have a rough indication of screen per bar. Anyway, we do get a couple more arrows here, another green and another red. And I'll say right now, at no point have I let the health bars actually play out. I have skipped them. For this boss, I will not be skipping the health bar. I'll show you how it fills up. But I also speedrun Haunting Ground. I actually speedrun Haunting Ground at the first ever time I was showing it at GDQ back in, like, I think 2021. I have done a speedrun for every single Clock Tower game and Clock Tower adjacent game. I am a big fan of this franchise. So, yeah, I actually have an GDQ run of Clock Tower. Anyway, we're fighting Grandpa Dick. This is Dick Burrows. They combined Lord Burrows with Dick Hamilton. So, here's his health bar. Just watch. It's the whole screen doubled. This is the only boss in the game with 2 health bars. Now, it's a very difficult fight because he attacks fast. Strategy, we're gonna hit him with a 5 charge. He gets binded by 5 for some reason, and you can only hit him with 5, or, you know, you only have time to hit him with 5. So we dodge, count to 5, get a binding. Quite literally, you're waiting to hear blah or whatever the hell he's saying. I don't know. It sounds like the IKEA shark to me, but apparently that's not how you pronounce it. Apparently it's pronounced something else entirely different. I don't know Swedish. I just know it sounds like blaha. Alright, anyway, we're getting these bindings for phase 1. Funny enough, by the way, if you get hit with those purple things, he will bind you, and he has his own Spirit Bomb. It's an immediate death. Anyway, Spirit Bomb number 1. You heard me right. Most people will chip him down with 1 charge arrows, and they'll be here for 30 minutes. Because people don't realize how to do this. Most people don't know you have enough time for a 5 charge. He attacks so fast, you don't think you do because you're trying to figure it out. Alright, so there we go. We're gonna get a 5 charge, and now this is where it gets fun. There's my binding. I'm gonna get behind him. And now we're just gonna unload everything onto him. And here's Spirit Bomb number 2. I have saved all of this ammo. Because to beat him, speedrunning wise, it's very easy. It is 3 Spirit Bombs. He has 3 Spirit Bombs worth of health. There's a yellow strike you can do, but we'll play it nice and safe. The yellow strat is you fire immediately, and you normally have enough timing for a charge, but we're just gonna do this. And time isn't coming yet, but that is the final boss. I'm gonna show you a cutscene, and I'm gonna I'm gonna show the controller and my hands. I swear to God, this is the game. Nothing I am doing. This isn't Richard or Tech. This isn't me. This is the game. Just watch this cutscene for a moment. This is the climax of the game, by the way. We just beat the final boss, and we have one more section to go.
Alyssa. My dearest Alyssa. You always were a spirited child. But that's enough. Now be a good girl and grab my hand. What's the matter, Alyssa? Don't you want to live happily with me for all eternity?
It just pops to the sky. If you're wondering, did we edit in a random old man? No, they just show that. It's supposed to be a picture of your grandfather. And it's like, oh, here, you know, there's Grandpa. Also, we are now on time. It just jumps to that. Yeah, so you have to win by hopping onto that final thing, you make the statue, and then this is what happens. This is how it ends.
Give up, Grandfather. I won't allow the ritual to happen.
Never!
I have no idea why he makes these sounds, and, like, what was the vocal direction here? Alright, I need you to, like, what? Why? Why are you doing that? Also, a lot of people mentioned it's like Soul Calibur where you have Cervantes versus, like, I think it's Sophia or Sophita. And then he just dies. And then, hey, look, you know your mom that they killed? She was a statue, but, like, she got reborn as, like, a human for, like, 5 seconds. There you go. You found her. Yeah, this game is definitely goofy, and I'm happy that this time around my PS2 didn't unplug. Like, see, we did it. I bought a new controller. My PlayStation 2 is not suffering. No power issues. Also, there's that old man picture again. Just, you know, just chilling. Sophia, there we go, there we go. Also, yeah, you know that random British guy that was there, Dennis? He's still around. Just don't worry about him. I'm sure he survived that. You know what? He did. He actually did. We're in a field. Don't worry about where the mom went or anything. We just wake up in a field. What a sweet game. I'm sure there's gonna be no acid bath this time. Let's see, there he is. He walked it off.
Alyssa! Dennis! Mum, we did it. We did it, Mum.
By the way, all she had to do to win was just stay home. That's all she had to do. It only works on that exact moment she was there. If she just stayed home, none of this would have happened. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Clock Tower 3. It immediately goes in this weird song for the end credits, which is like a bell. Yeah, that was Clock Tower 3. I ran this. We had a fun time. I don't always do runs, but I kind of wanted to be able to run this back because, you know, last time we did this on the Crypt, we did suffer from power issues, and I feel like, you know, every now and again, being able to get a run back for that is pretty good. And I thought it'd be a silly game to be able to show off, especially leading into April Fools. I do hope you enjoyed it. I have been your runner this time, although I'll be coming back as a host in a brief moment. So let me do my host side of things. As a runner, I have been Ecdysis. Punchy mentioned he does a lot of games. I also do a lot of games myself. I do a lot of horror games. That's how I put together a lot of these shows. I do about 184 games as of right now. I'm a big fan of just doing speedruns. I think they're fun. So I have a big repertoire. You can find my channel in the Twitch chats. You can find me there. And that's that for the runner side. Let's go back to the hosting side. All right, thank you, Ecdysis, for doing that. It's kind of weird going from 1 to 2. But, yeah, let's, we have one more game for you tonight. Before we do be right back, let me just tell you that if you missed out on any of our shows or events, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Anyway, we have one more game for you. We will be right back very quick. Everyone, welcome back from the break. Hope you all been enjoying the game so far. Welcome back to Speedruns From the Crypt, and yeah, so it's been a fun show, and you know, just recently we had a brand new Alone in the Dark game come out, and I thought it'd be a fun way to take a look into this fun franchise. Obviously, I think a lot of us know it by name. Maybe even watched the movie at one point. That is a very, let's say, questionable movie, but we're going to be taking a look at one of the games of the Alone in the Dark series. I do hope you're into it. Here is Alone in the Dark, 90% with Jewhorse. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Jewhorse. Welcome to Alone in the Dark 2024. This is a new game that actually came out a week ago. Wait.
Wait, what do you,
wait.
2020, what do you mean 2024?
Oh no, I got the year wrong. Wait, hold on, let me actually get the year right real quick. There you go. The year right. 2008. We got 2008. So we're back with 2008. Wait. I was told that this is the wrong console as well. I was told that this is the wrong platform. We have to go one step lower, I guess? Welcome to Alone in the Dark on the PS2. Alone in the Dark has, like, different platforms. I don't know why. In the 2008 remake of this game, they released, 5 platforms. They released it in 5 platforms. There are 2 different companies that actually made this game. One of them was actually called Eden Games. The other one is actually called Hydra Visions. And Hydra Visions was the one that who actually made Obscure, and then afterwards made Alone in the Dark, the PS2 version and the Wii version as well. So I'm gonna be running the D-make of the Alone in the Dark 2008, and there's a lot of differences with this game. If you do know, I ran this game last year on another Hotfix show. Right now I'm gonna run it on Hotfix show, so there's that. Anyways, time starts when I actually go into the chapter. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. This game is very jank, so if I don't go into this game with like any kind of soft locks or any kind of crash, I will be very happy. We also have a 3-minute cutscene right here. It's very unskippable. I cannot skip it. So now you're gonna see like a flashbang right now, but it tells you like one of the one of the stuff. One of the mechanics in the game, which is like blinking. So you have to press R3 to blink. Yes, there's blinking in this game. I do not like the blinking, but it is what it is. So if you want to know what the gist of the story is, basically, you're playing as Edward Carnby, like all in the Alone in the Dark games, other than like a few of them which have different protagonists as well. But yeah, you're playing as Edward Carnby, and Edward Carnby actually woke up 70 years later. So we actually stopped off from a new nightmare, and then like 70 years later he got revived again, or like from I think it's from cryostasis or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. This game is very confusing, but basically we are in New York City. We got revived after 70 years from the new nightmare, and yeah, stuff is gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. But we got kidnapped, I guess. We are gonna be doing stuff. Oh, we should have been doing stuff, and then we just escape. And then, yeah, stuff happens. I don't know what to talk about with this stuff. Ek, you played the Xbox version of the... No, you played the PS3 version of the game. which is very different from this version of the game, which I will tell about most of the differences like later on in the game. But in the beginning of it is kind of like the same. Was there ever like cutscene skips for the PS3, Xbox 360 version of it? If I'm not, I don't remember.
There are. So if you're wondering, because console differences and all that, like, oh, why would you play on the PS2 version instead of other versions? So Alone in the Dark 2008 is really weird. I think originally it shipped for the Xbox 360, and then other versions were made. On the Xbox 360, though, you needed to get, like, throughout the game, there's these optional mechanics, I don't know what they're called, but you need to do 100, like, tokens or something, or, like, beacons of light. And if you don't have these, you can't beat the game. On PS3, it's 70. On PS2 and Wii, it doesn't exist. You don't have to.
It just doesn't exist. There's no open world section for some reason.
So you pretty much skip having to grab 70 optional items.
I do want to mention about this as well. My estimate is really high. I almost said the for some reason. I almost swore. So basically, my estimate is really high because this game is very jank. I can die anytime in the game because of jank, and it can crash anytime as well. I don't know when it will crash, but if it does crash, we might go into like a tech timeout or something like that. I don't know, but basically this game on the PS2 is really jank. I'm playing this on like the official hardware as well, with like a real PS2 and a real Alone in the Dark copy of the game. I do have like Alone in the Dark on PS3 as well. No, on not PS3, sorry, on Xbox 360, and yeah. Oh, finally we can move! I said move. We have the gameplay, guys! But right now we are actually gonna walk towards like a flight of stairs. We are not gonna be taking the elevator like everyone does. But also at the same time, there is another man who was also, I would say, kidnapped as well, or like held captive as well. He was the one who actually revived Carnby, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, after that, there's gonna be like another protagonist that's gonna be very annoying in the game. For some reason, they actually changed this protagonist's like attitude, I would say. The attitude for her in Xbox 360 is actually much nicer than this one for some reason, so there's that. Anyways, here comes the crazy stuff that's gonna happen. So let me blink for a little bit real quick. Oh, here comes the fishers. Yep. I don't know why there were fishers in the game, but I mean, there's fishers in New York City, but there is fishers in New York City. But yeah, we're gonna be blinking, or I'm gonna be blinking a couple of times so that I don't get like flashbanged everywhere, because as you can tell, I'm getting blurred and flashbanged if I don't blink. But yeah, right now we're gonna go to a mirror. Here's one cool thing about the blinking. Cutscene, right? You can still blink! I don't know why, you can still blink out of the cutscene! But yes, this is Edward Carnby. He's 100 years old. I don't know how, I don't know why. Later on in the game, they will say like, oh no, you're 100 years old? No way! Then he punches the mirror. Angie. So right now we are gonna be actually going towards this part of the game right here. So you can actually change the view from like third person to like first person right here. It's gonna be useful for like some places, but I'm not gonna be talking about it. Also, stuff happened and then the elevator kind of broke. And now we are gonna be trying we're gonna try to save a couple of people, but realistically we're not gonna save them. You find out why we're not gonna save them, but like basically we're just not gonna save them at all. Anyways, here comes the first very hard part of the game. I say very hard part because this part of the game can kill a lot of like players, I would say. So yeah, go to like the left side right here. We're gonna, well, kill me, I guess. And this is one of the very jank stuff about this game. It can randomly do stuff that doesn't apply to anything. So yeah, I had to stay in the very left side, but for some reason it just didn't want to. So first death. All right. So like I said, yeah, I'm gonna die like a couple of times. It's not intentional, but it looks very intentional for some reason. But yeah. So I had to do this thing all over again. I'm gonna hope to not do this thing again. And I'm also gonna hope there's no soft lock in the game as well, because if there's gonna be a soft lock coming up to the next part, I will be very sad. But right now we are just gonna descend our way. Can I go over this thing? Okay, cool. Go to the left. Left. Stay. Good. Okay. Finally. Wait. Almost got caught right there. So we had to jump into this open passageway right here, and then go towards this part of the game. There you go. So now we meet a woman right here. I will say this. This game was released in 2008, yes. But it's also really... Oh god, can I even say this? This game is really misogynistic. I don't know why. They keep telling, like, female characters to shut up for some reason. I have no idea why they would implement this kind of thing, but it is what it is. But yeah, we're supposed to save, like, her and another person, but later on we don't save them because one, the guy's gone, and then her later on, she gets trapped in like some part of the building, and then we don't save her at all. But yeah, yeah, this is just one part of the game right now where we just try to save like people right now. Also, we're gonna be bunny hopping for most of the way through because bunny hopping's actually faster. So yeah, we're gonna pick up this fire extinguisher and actually extinguish the fire real quick, and then just walk into the door, please. Okay, cool. Sometimes it can soft lock right here, which I don't know why. But yeah, one way of like using the fire extinguisher is to just like spray it around, like you can spray it. The other way is to actually use it as a weapon, and yeah.
Hurry! She needs help, and then I suggest we all get out of here.
So now I can actually use it as a weapon to knock the door down, because basically we can't really get through the door right here. All right, fire. More fire along the way where we just gonna extinguish it. Alright, so now we do not need this anymore. Oh no. And then we're gonna jump over this hole right here. And we're gonna do a bunch of bunny hopping along the way. This is kind of weird. I don't know why. This is like RNG-ish. So I'm gonna wait for him to stumble, and once he stumbles... Wow, he's not stumbling right now. This is kinda weird. This is actually weird. Okay, finally he actually stumbles. There you go. He has to stumble like a couple of times.
You need to learn to shut up, Anna. I'm growing sick and tired of your insane bullshit.
Well, you can totally tell they are having a good time, having a good conversation. See, look. This is one thing that I don't know why in this game they just tell people to, they just tell female characters to shut up, which is weird in a way.
There's a lot of questionable choices in this game.
Yeah. Also, yeah, welcome to New York City. Welcome to Central Park. The whole building is crumbling down, but yeah, right now we get to do parkour. Do you want to talk about anything?
Yeah, Carnby just grabbed a live wire and climbed up it.
Yep.
There's electricity coming off that wire. Also, I don't remember when we get to it, but I can't wait to show everyone how you heal in this game.
So it's like when we get the central part, then yeah, we actually get to heal.
We won't say much, but let's just say every decision in this game is one of the most interesting. By the way, this game has platforming.
Oh yeah.
Also, I think it's like one of the only times you use it until like maybe an hour and a half later or something, or like I don't remember. Like, why doesn't Alone in the Dark game have platforming like this?
Yep. But yeah, this is like one of the harder sections of the game as well, which is kind of weird. You see this like I'm doing this like super easily. No, it's super hard to even do the platforming. I would have just fell off like right there. if I didn't land on the ledge. But yeah, the platforming in this game is hard. It's super hard. It took me a while to actually get used to it as well. Anyways, we're gonna grab... No, actually, no. It's later on in the game. But yeah, you can see all the platforming right here. I don't want to bunny hop right here. Okay, there we go. So right now we're gonna be climbing up. So remember when the two people were arguing about something? Yeah, the ladies here. She survives. The guy didn't survive for some reason, but she survives. Wow, explosion. My game just crashed? Are you kidding me? How did my game crash right now?
This is why we have a high estimate. This game autosaves, right?
No. It never
God.
autosaves. So I have to go back to the chapter. Fun. Yeah, we're gonna restart. I'm gonna restart my console. That's fun. Yeah, I'm gonna restart my console and good luck to me restarting my console right now. But yeah, this is why I have a very high estimate of this game. Basically the reason why I have very high estimate of this game is because stuff may happen and this game crashes like a couple of times. So yeah, also, yeah. This is so dumb, but we're gonna watch the intro screen again, but actually no, not an intro screen, the main menu again, I would say. But yeah. Very high estimate. Would you like to talk about anything else?
What a game, huh? What a game.
I know Ek told me, hey, you're gonna hate what game you're gonna be running on his hotfix. I'm like, what game is it? Alone in the Dark. I'm like, okay.
Well, I mean, Alone in the Dark just, the new one just came out. It was fitting to have an Alone in the Dark game on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called Alone in the Dark.
I don't remember what chapter it is. I'm pretty sure
I think it might be Don't Look Down.
Oh yeah, you also get this like
really intricate
previously on
for some reason.
Yeah, it's like previously on Alone in the Dark. You get this kind of stuff. I hope it's this. Please tell me it's this. Please tell me it's this. And also, please don't crash again. If this game crashes again, I am very angry. All right, there we go. Weirdly enough, it also did the same thing on me as well when I was actually running this game on a different hotfix last year. I ran this on As Seen on TV, and it crashed on me in the beginning of the game as well. So you can totally tell this game is great. Also, weirdly enough, I was derusting this game yesterday as well, and I had a few problems that I've never come across before. One of them was like me having to open up my disk tray and close it back again because the disk wasn't reading. For some reason, it just doesn't read. And then my controller was like acting weird as well. So, great game, by the way. Do you want to talk about anything? Because this is a very long platforming section of the game as well.
Alone in the Dark is a franchise that has had a lot of questionable releases. Funny enough, the new one just came out, and a lot of people are claiming that it's quite good because it has been by far the safest release of a game that I think I've ever seen in this franchise. Like, the first 3 games are janky adventure games on MS-DOS, or I think the first 2 on 3DO.
The first 3 were MS-DOS, yes.
But you can play 1 and 2 on 3DO as well, which they came out before Resident Evil. New Nightmare is also goofy and also just straight up an RE clone.
Yeah. But it's still a very good game, though. Like, I will say
it's
like a
like
New Nightmare.
I like a lot of Alone in the Dark games, but there are a lot of questionable decisions in how they made it and what the story they wanted to tell was. Which makes some sense. Oh, it has to look back in action for game-wise here, but
yes. But yeah, as Ek was mentioning, the games are very brutal, I would say, because, a lot of the puzzling in that game is very difficult, I would say, for a DOS game as well. I had to look up like a guide for like most of the DOS games as well in order for me to finish the game as well. One of them is like a invisible maze in Alone in the Dark 3, and I don't like that one. Also, say goodbye to the lady. Well, we're gonna say goodbye to the lady right now because we're gonna leave her. So, yep, that's it. So this is gonna be the first implementation of blinking. Basically, you can close your eye for the whole time and you can actually go through this like maze without like using the intended way of doing it, which is to light a wooden thing and then just make yourself a path, or like find your path with fire. But we don't do that. We actually just close our eyes and just like follow the path because, you know, Carnby has that kind of power for some reason. Alright, we're gonna meet the other lady as well. If I could actually bust through this door right here. There you go! We're gonna meet Sarah. And Sarah is a very peculiar character in the PS2 version of the game. Basically, if you want to know how different Sarah is actually really nice to you in Xbox 360, and she really falls in love with you. This one, however, is a B. I don't know why. She curses you a lot. She tells you, drive faster, even though she doesn't have a license.
Oh my god.
She doesn't have a license.
That's funny.
Take note of that. She doesn't have a driver's license.
She went amnesiac for a whole year.
But yeah, also, I don't have subtitles on right now, so, and also my, my volume is, not that high anymore, so, there's that. I wanted to put, like, subtitles in this game because there's a lot of stuff in this game that is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, it's very questionable, like, subtitles as well. Anyway, we collapse. Sarah doesn't collapse for some reason, as you can tell. Like, she's still standing for some reason.
Quiet.
Right now, we're gonna go up this elevator right here, and then find ourselves a flashlight. And then here comes the weapon in the game that we are gonna be using for the whole time as well, which is a pistol. And the way on how I'm getting the pistol pretty soon is, can I actually drop? Hello? This is very jank. How am I not jumping?
These people are dead.
So on this part of the game, you're supposed to pick up a weapon or like grab this item right here. We're gonna drop it immediately. Like, there's a chair. We're gonna drop it, and we're just gonna bunny hop over these enemies right here, and then go and take the pistol right here. If I can actually take it. There we go, a pistol. So we're gonna be using this pistol for like the majority of the time in this game. Alright, gonna pick up some ammo and then bunny hopping my way towards the keypad right here, and the keypad is 249. Wait, 2492. Alright, so I'm gonna cross my fingers right here because I've gotten this skip like a couple of times, but there's a cutscene skip right here, and I can save like 5 minutes. Oh god, I've saved 5 minutes! Let's go! It's a very hard like cutscene skip as well, which is, I don't know why it does that, but basically if you were to jump, or like if you were to mass jump the majority of the time on like a cutscene, like specific cutscenes I would say, it actually skips like a good portion of the game, like a big chunk of the game. So I skipped like 3-5 minutes of a cutscene right there, so it's really good, I would say. But yeah, this game is like super jank. If I could get this other one as well. I didn't get the other one, but like this is not really that long as well. Getting that cutscene skip is actually really good as well. There's another cutscene skip that I probably would want to try to do as well, which is very later on in the game. But yeah, basically we're on this other level. We're gonna go into this car. Gonna get like bullets right here. Can actually move across, and then we're gonna go into one of the... Hello? Okay, I have never gotten that before. Sure. First time in forever, I guess. Well, I'm gonna go back to the car, I guess. And then there you go. We were supposed to get out from the other side, but apparently I didn't get out from the other side. But yeah, we're gonna play GTA right now because we're gonna hotwire a car. We're gonna hotwire like a bunch of cars later on in the game as well. So here comes hotwiring a car. You have to interchange wires until you see sparks on the wires, and then you start the car. Driving in this game is very jank as well, as you can tell. So I'm gonna hope that I could actually perform like the few driving sections of the game like in a couple of tries, because I might die in like a lot of the times in the driving section, and like apparently it's just really bad. So yeah, grabbing this fire extinguisher right here and just like doing that to the car. If I could actually do this to the car. There you go. So we're gonna extinguish the fire from this car. Drop this. Push this car. Can't be super strong. Like, I can't believe this. Can I pull out my gun right here? Alright, we're gonna pull out the gun. Gonna aim it at this lock right there, and then bunny hop our way back to the car. And then we're gonna drive our car towards the upper car park. And then here comes the driving section of the game as well, because well, coming to the driving section of the game, but like you're gonna hear like a lot of arguing from Sarah, because Sarah's gonna be like, oh, what is he talking about? Oh, can you drive please? Can you drive better? I'm like, you don't have a license. Whenever she argues in the game, it's like, you don't have a license, my dude. Anyway, how was your driving section in Alone in the Dark PS3, by the way?
What the fuck is he talking about?
Heck, if you're still here, I don't even know if you're still here or not.
You ever been behind a wheel or what?
Yeah,
I guess. Oh yeah. How do you find the driving section on the PS3?
No, not there. Watch it.
Oh god, they're terrible. Like, it starts fine, but the moment you get any like turns going, you just can't control the car.
Yeah, I want to preface this. The PS3 Xbox version of the game is actually like, they have a lot of like twists and turns in this game. In the game, in the PS2 version of the game, you just drive straight. You just literally drive straight, but there's a lot of like caveats to it as well. You can bang yourself into like other cars as well. Like, this car is gonna bang towards me as well, as you can tell, which is very bad. But also at the same time, behind me is like a big fisher that is chasing after me right now, and I have to slow down right here. No, do not block me right now, please. As you can tell, the fisher is like coming towards me right now. If I get caught by the fisher, it's game over, and I have to restart on the driving section of the game again, which is really bad. So I'm gonna cross my fingers right now. I'm not crossing my fingers, but like, crossing my fingers I can actually do this first try. Slow down, there we go. Now we're gonna go towards this part right here. Okay, slow down a bit because there's another car driving towards me. Alright, first try! Let's go! In my attempts, I've always done this like 5-6 times, and it's bad. First time in a while that I actually did the whole driving section first try. So yeah, 3 minutes of waiting now. So as you can tell, there's a dead body right there. Basically, this guy was the guy who actually revived Edward Carnby, and he basically tells you, oh yeah, you're supposed to go to like this place, this room in a museum, and then he shoots himself for some reason. And then yeah, we're badly wounded right now, so Sarah's like, okay, you're badly wounded, see you, but I will give you my contact. But yeah, this is a whole like unskippable cutscene where I can't really do anything. I just can't really do anything at all.
Here, this is my card. My phone number's on it.
I'm gonna drink water for a bit, but hydrate yourselves, I guess.
This way we can find ourselves.
And not choke like I did.
For saving me back there. I won't let you down.
I'm choking right now.
I swear.
Hopefully I'm not gonna choke in the run as well, because there's a lot of sections in the game that's gonna be like a choke point, I would say, and I had to restart and stuff. But yeah, how do you find this game so far?
One of the games of all time.
Yes.
Please try your call again later.
So yeah, right now we are trying to contact I guess we're gonna contact 911, and then 911 is asking like, oh yeah, where are you at? How are you injured? And then later on we are gonna meet the paramedics that were talking to us as well. But basically what the paramedics are talking to us right now is that we are supposed to be going to like a restroom. And we are gonna be picking up like a health kit from there. Funny enough, Carby doesn't know what a restroom is.
There should be an emergency medical kit in there somewhere. You register that?
I just know what a restroom is, but he figured out how to use the car almost immediately.
Yeah.
The dude was like 100 years old.
Yeah, this game stopped off from a new nightmare, by the way. I will preface this once again. This game like stopped off from a new nightmare. 70 years later, he gets revived, and then yeah, he just knows how to drive a car for some reason.
I suppose they had cars back in the 1930s, but like they had restrooms too, though, right?
I don't know. They just call a restroom, and then like what room? Like huh? But yeah, we're gonna be running towards the restroom right now. So. I will also mention about this as well. We can't really jump in this game right now because if I were to jump, I will showcase this. If I were to jump like right now, Carby just stumbles and like because we are badly injured, yeah, we just have to run towards the restroom as quickly as possible. But yeah, there's gonna be some bad guys. Well, not bad guys, I would say, but like some like people who also got injured as well, I would say, and then. They also need help as well.
Hey, get it the fuck off me, man! Just get it the fuck off! Move it before this fucker does me in! Let's stay still, asswipe.
Yeah, so basically these two guys are gonna bust through the restroom and
yeah, not so sweet now, are we, motherfucker? It fucking hurts! Tell you straight out! Now what the fuck is that shit? I don't give a fuck what you guys do.
Questionable lines, I would say. A lot of these lines in the game are very questionable, and I have no idea why they just implemented it like that. I'm gonna pull out my gun right now. We're gonna shoot this door down because apparently like Carby's like super weak to actually use anything at the moment other than a gun. There we go. Now we're gonna take this health kit. But we're not gonna take the health kit because they're gonna steal the health kit. I don't remember this, but do you actually grab a health kit in the Xbox version as well, PS3 version as well?
I'm not gonna lie.
So.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember a lot of the stuff in the Xbox version because I try to forget about that. The only reason why I try to forget about that is because of the open world section of the game, and I really just hated that part of the game for some reason. And then I just like, you know what? I'm just gonna run this game. If you're wondering why I picked up this game in the first place, it's because of the new release of Alone in the Dark. I will say this like very clearly. Shoutouts to THQ Nordic as well. They're really a good company to actually take care of the game as well for the new release of Alone in the Dark. It's a really good game. I would highly recommend like playing the game as well. But because of the new release, months ago or like a year ago, I actually started picking this game up, and I was like, huh. PS2 was faster. I saw like one of the runs on the Alone in the Dark leaderboards, and I was like, oh yeah, this game is cool. Oh yeah, PS2 is faster, so I bought a PS2 copy for like $15. And here I am, running Alone in the Dark. But also at the same time, running this game on GDQ as well, because I never want to submit this game to any other marathons as well, unless like GDQ actually asks me to run this game, and I was like, sure, I'll show you guys the jank. Also, here comes a conversation between you and Sarah, like Carby and Sarah, because basically Sarah came across the paramedics and.
Wait, give me that phone. Hey, let go of my phone. Hey, it's Sarah. Is that you? Hello?
Yes.
Where are you?
He just hangs up. He just rightfully hangs up for some reason. I don't know why.
I do want to say this is very accurate for New York, in all fairness. Oh yeah, look, that's how you heal.
Yeah, that's how you heal in the game. You basically use a spray bottle and just like spray like the wounds that you have on the body parts that you're wounded on. So there's that.
It's like someone threw deli meat all over him.
Alright, let me actually pick up this rubbish bin right here. I'm gonna bust through this wall, and then more platforming right here, or like, I guess, platforming, I guess. Alright. If I can actually... Wow, that was weird. He stood on the thing for a sec. But yeah, this is very crucial for me to actually go towards the other side. If not, I'm kind of screwed over. There we go. Oh, I might... please don't. This is really bad. Oh, this is not bad. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. We should be out and over pretty soon. But yeah, we're gonna come across like one of the enemies in the game as well, which is like bats. I don't know what they're called, but they're just bats. But yeah, oh, what the... Okay, this is weird. I thought I jumped. Now I jumped. Okay, cool. So, yeah, basically right now we're gonna get chased by, like, bats. And I had to, like, run around this area right here. I'm gonna, like, bunny hop as well, because bunny hopping is totally faster, and my camera is, like, all over the place as well, as you can tell. But yeah, we're gonna come across another person as well. Another civilian, I would say. But, like, also at the same time, he's gonna get, like, caught. Or, I don't know, he's gonna get dragged away, I would say. You'll see why I say dragged away. Alright. Can I push this car? Thank you. Push! Alright, we're gonna go into the car. If I can actually go into the car, there you go. I'm gonna pull my gun out as well because stuff is gonna happen. So yes, this guy is gonna drive this car, and then we're gonna get grabbed by a bunch of like, I guess tentacles. But I'm gonna like let you guys see this guy real quick. Bye bye. He's just gone. Fun. Now we're all alone in the car. Not alone in the dark, but alone in the car. Yeah, I'm supposed to shoot these tentacles away so that the car actually drops. Once the car actually drops, I can actually move towards the other side. If I could actually move to the other side. There you go. And then we just drive, I guess, towards the sewage. Or like the opening of the sewage. If I could actually stop this car! Stop this car! There we go. Alright. So I'm a bit badly injured, I would say. Why did I say a bit badly? Very badly injured. But I'm gonna hope to not die on one of the parts of the game as well because, you know, dying is bad. But, yeah, we're in the sewers right now. We get another unskippable cutscene right here. Can't really do anything much. We got another companion. We have, like, a couple of companions along the way, but, like, basically they just got, like, dragged away or, like, killed. I don't know why. They have like different characters or different like side characters, but they just die or they just get dragged away afterwards. Also, hear this line right here.
Are you done calling? Okay, now let's head out. Gotta be real careful.
Gotta be real careful here, and then this just drags away. Bye. See you. Imagine telling someone to be careful and then just gets dragged away because you're not careful enough. But yeah, most of the section in the sewers is actually just oh god, I didn't pick up bullets, but whatever. I'm just gonna rely on like actually getting this right later on. But yeah, most of this section is gonna be in first person, so we're gonna be in first person throughout the sewer section, and there's gonna be like one key section in the game where I actually have to close my eyes, which is weird, but you figure out why. Actually, no, you don't figure out, but I will tell you. So basically in this part, I'm gonna pick this up just in case because I do not. Hello? Pick up the health kit. How can you not pick up the health kit? I am just not. I'm just gonna leave it, I guess. So we get the drop into this section of the game, or like the section of the sewers. I'm just gonna do this. You can't really see anything, but basically I have to look at some cues in the game. Basically, I'm closing my eyes right now just to actually traverse around the sewers because if I were to pull out my flashlight in the game, it's gonna replace with a lighter, and the hand for my pistol is on the hand with the lighter as well, so I do not want to do that for now. So I'm actually closing my eyes to traverse myself in this area. Now you can see a little bit of light. Very cool. That's how I traverse through this area. It's fun. It's really fun. But yeah, the hand that we are holding the pistol actually gets replaced with a lighter, and then you have to replace it again with the pistol in order for you to do this next section of the game, which is to fight a monster. So pull out my pistol right here. I'm gonna close my eyes, and then where's this guy right here? I'm gonna shoot where the light is at. If I could actually do that. There we go. Falls down. Do it once more, and then he dies. Cool. Fun. That's how you actually do the mini boss of this game. That's actually a really fast fight as well. Normally I actually like take some time to do this fight, and apparently enough, I guess marathon luck, I would say, or showcase luck. Anyways, picking up this axe right here. I'm gonna swing over this log if I could actually do so right. Please, thank you. What is this again? I don't want to pick that up. But yeah, we're gonna hold this axe for the majority of the time because I need to actually see, but also at the same time I need to chop down this wire right here. There we go. So yeah, seeing is good. Do you have anything to say? So I can like rest myself for a bit.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why. Actually, I kind of know why, but we talked earlier about the PlayStation version being really different, not having the open world stuff. A big reason why a lot of people don't know, but well, I guess when PS3 and Xbox 360 are around, you also have the Nintendo Wii. A lot of people think these are comparable. They're not. If anything was on the Wii, it was similar in hardware to the PlayStation 2. So this is modeled off the Wii version of the game, which, oh my god, the motion controls in that are absolutely dreadful, and, you know, they ended up porting almost everything to PS2, and there's a lot of games that would be ported, I think all the way to, like, I think, like, the last few years, in fact, like, maybe 20... I could have sworn they were saying, like, 2016 or so that was a PS2 game. I don't know, but I remember when I was in high school, I had a teacher who was buying games in, like, 2012 on his PS2, which is wild to me at that point, but they were coming out for a while. I know the Wii was like still getting games even like 2022. But the point I'm making is hardware-wise, the Wii and the PS2 are similar, so this is modeled off the Wii version, which couldn't handle the open world mechanics that the 360 version and the PS3 version had. Funny enough, the 360 version has some really unique tech. It's just this version of the game just ends up being faster because even though you get some cool stuff and you can bypass the game's major blockade, you just don't have to do the open world stuff in this, so it ends up saving time anyway.
I like how you were just talking and all I did was just arson.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of arson in this game. Fire is supposed to be a huge thing in the Alone in the Dark games. It's kind of funny because I guess properties of fire versus what Alone in the Dark is kind of about. Fire purges, I suppose, the spirits of the dark.
Alright, so we met up with the paramedic and Sarah. As you can tell, Sarah's right there, and Sarah's like gonna complain, like, again. It's gonna be really bad. So here comes the boss of the game, the boss section of the game. Okay, there we go. I was like, why are you not talking right now? I was like kind of like weirded out by that because if she doesn't talk, I am very questionable about it. Like it's gonna like soft lock my game once again. But basically, we are gonna be killing like a big bat in the game. But I just have to like kill these bunch of people real quick. Paramedic's gonna give me ammo, and here comes the big bat. Here comes the big boss. We're gonna use the alcohol and actually throw it above, like this, and then shoot at it. It's gonna make a sound, but it didn't make a sound for this one for some reason. I'm just gonna do it again. Yeah, it's just like slow motion. I missed both of them? What? There you go, that's the sound that I need. If you can give me ammo, that would be great, but like, you don't want to give me ammo, okay, sure. I missed again? No way I missed. That was like 3 that is on point on it, and it missed. There you go, okay, I hit that one. Weirdly enough, I have no idea why it actually just misses like that. But yeah, you're supposed to throw like alcohol and like it explodes, and it's supposed to damage the big boss bats right here. If I could actually shoot these down for a bit. Okay, hold on. Do that. All right, cool. Give me ammo. Thank you. So this is like this is like the portion of the game. All right. So right now it's above the ambulance right here, and now I have to go up. I like how they're panicking like so hard right now. Alright, here comes me going up right here. If I can actually go up. Go up! Okay, there we go. Cool. Alright. Now I had to shoot this thing like a couple of times as well, and then it just makes a sound effect as well. The same thing with me throwing the alcohol on it, but just without the alcohol right now. If I can shoot it like a couple more times. There we go. I do need ammo. Please give me ammo. Why are you saying no to my ammo? I need ammo. Alright. You can still talk a little bit more because this is gonna be a very slow section of the game as well.
I really appreciate that Carmby's just throwing bottles of alcohol at them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's like what, ethanol, and he's shooting it.
Oh, ethanol, yeah.
Which
what are you doing?
I don't know if it works that way. Although
I don't know how. I don't know if it works that way either. So,
like, admittedly, I've never thrown a bottle of ethanol and then tried firing a gun at it. Like, I'm pretty sure it won't explode, but also I don't want to find out. That doesn't sound like a smart idea for me. Don't try this at home, right?
Yep, don't try it at home. Please don't. Alright, one more. Get out! Get out! Get out! Alright, you're dead. Alright, cool. That's it for the boss section of the game. Sure.
Jeez.
Also, there's supposed to be music right here.
You people believe this shit?
I have no idea why is there no music.
Hey, everybody okay?
But basically, here comes the revelation of Carnby being 100 years old, because they had to look up who he is. In the earlier part of the game, Sarah was like, "Oh yes, my name is Sarah," and then Carnby's like,
That was way too close.
"I don't know who I am," and then we get to find out right here. Like literally, Carnby's like, "I don't know who I am."
What does it say?
And then we get to find out like right here, right now.
That's impossible.
Here we go.
What?
The reveal of Carnby being 1 million years old.
Oh my god.
Edward Carnby.
There we go.
1897. Famous for
Also, this game was released in 2008, and it was set in 2008 as well.
He was last seen in New York in 1930. He apparently disappeared under rather strange.
I like that there's 3 games on Twitch all called Alone in the Dark, just with various years. 1992,
Yep.
2008, and now 2024.
And now 2024. Hello? Are they not talking?
They're just so stunned.
Staring.
You can't have been missing for the past 75 years.
Yeah.
You cannot be over 100 years old.
You cannot be 100 years old. Well,
369, this is Command Center.
there we go. Yeah, 100 years old now. Yeah, so I don't know why or how. Probably someone in chat knows about this. How did they revive it? But also, this game was actually just like the following of like a new nightmare. So there's that. So yeah. This game is also as confusing as the movie as well, because the movie is quite confusing. If you ever watched the if we ever watched the movie by Uwe Ball, it's very confusing. The only thing that I remember about the movie was that in 1 minute, 1 minute in the game, in the movies. Oh my god, I'm messing up everything. In 1 minute in the movie, it actually goes dark, and then the next minute it just goes bright again. It's not even like a 6 a.m. kind of thing where like, oh yeah, it just goes to morning for some reason. It just goes to like nighttime, like 9 p.m. nighttime, and then goes like to 9 a.m. daytime in like a minute. I was like, huh?
Hey, wait for me. Before we go any further,
Alright,
I want you to know
we're close to the museum as well, where we are supposed to find a room in the museum. So we're gonna go into the museum and actually just traverse around there. But there's also like like hard sections in the game as well. Alright, hopefully I can actually jump around. Okay, I can actually just jump around. Because I can totally tell that Carmi is like literally injured right now, and it's like, uh-oh. Like really, uh-oh. Alright, let me actually shoot this tow truck right there. I mean the handle of the tow truck, I would say. And then just bunny hop my way towards another car, because I'm supposed to use that as a ramp instead.
Do you think the same thing is happening in the rest of the country?
Alright.
Or the world?
Do you?
I hope not. If only my stupid boss hadn't taken me to that crummy building.
You can totally tell like how much Sarah's like complaining about everything right now. Alright.
I really didn't feel like running around with high heels.
Because
why are they
more
still
hot
letting
wiring.
Carmi drive cars?
She doesn't have a license.
Oh, yeah. Letting the 100-year-old man is the better idea, right?
Yeah. She keeps complaining that she doesn't have a license. So there's that.
I'm more amazed at being 100. How the hell did Carmi figure out how to hotwire any of these cars? They barely had electricity back then.
Oh my god, how did I not make that jump? Hello, can I back up? Back up. Back up. What? What?
Knock it off. You're gonna get us killed.
I'm trying! There we go. We got a jumping section of the game as well. She says one of the best lines in the game, by the way.
Fucking amazing.
Just that? Just amazing. Like you've gone through like a ramp towards the museum, and it's just effing amazing. Cool. Also, there's a fisher right behind Carmi right now. I have to like not get grabbed by the fisher, so that's how I fall to my death. Apparently. Hopefully I'm not gonna do the driving section again. Please don't let me actually just do this driving section of the game again. Alright, there we go. Okay, cool. So what I'm supposed to do is like hop away from the fisher, because the fisher can actually grab you. If you actually run in the game, you can get grabbed, and it's like really bad. There we go. That's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, you're supposed to jump onto this cable, metal handle railing, whatever it is called, and then you just like go across. All right, first person right here. So I need to be on first person right now. There's a bunch of places that I need to be in first person, so like in this section as well, because the camera angles actually just shift around like that, and then you have a very hard time just running towards the restroom of, you know, the museum. And now we are in the museum. There's also gonna be, hello, how do you stand up? How did you stand up like this? My dude, he just stood up all of a sudden. I've never seen him actually just standing up like that before. That's fun, cool, I guess. All right, let me grab this real quick because I need the health kit right now. And I need to bust through that door. Did I bust through the door? Yes. Okay, cool. That's actually my first time actually busting through that door. All right. Here comes me just like looking at my jacket real quick, because menuing is actually just looking at your jacket. Or item inventory is just looking at your jacket. I don't know why. All right, cool. Now we actually have to use the there we go. I was about to say use the health that we get, or the health spray that we get, and then use it with the fire so that it creates arson.
How are we gonna find room 943?
Now I'm gonna hop my way towards the elevator. Hello? Why am I getting punched? I'm getting punched!
Shut up. Shut up? They're looking to harvest us, and you're telling me to shut up?
Stay focused.
I like how like Carmi's like, shut up. Like, oh my god, they're still alive! Wow! And then Carmi's like, shush! Shut your mouth. Like, why? Why do you do that? Why do you do that, Carmi? Alright.
He's a strange man.
He's a strange 100-year-old man. Also, I want to preface this right here. In the Xbox 360 version of the game, Sarah kisses him. But in this version, she doesn't, and she just like runs away.
Maybe this version's smarter.
Are you serious?
She's like,
no way I'm going through this.
she's like, very confused about everything right now. So there's that. What's my time right now, by the way? Please don't tell me it's like an hour right now.
A little under an hour. It's about 53 minutes.
Cool! I'm actually underestimate. So weirdly enough, if I'm like over an hour in this section of the game, I'm probably very likely, very surely gonna be overestimate.
Call me if there's anything.
But yeah, she just goes away. Whereas in the Xbox 360 version of the game, she just kisses Carmi. Like she just smooches Carmi for saving her life. I don't know. It is like that. But yeah, right now I'm also gonna be a little bit safe again, so I'm gonna pick up this health kit right here. It actually just replenishes my hello? Why all them punching me like that? Stop it. Replenishes my health spray, and I'm getting more health spray along the way as well. If I could actually pull that out right here. Pull it out. Alright, cool. And then go back and replace that with my gun, because I'm not gonna be using the lighter anymore. I don't think I'm gonna be using the lighter anymore, actually. Yeah. Alright, pick more ammo. And then here comes like one puzzle that I still do not know how do you even solve it, because basically you're supposed to look at a numpad and then look at a bunch of stuff in this area, but I don't remember what the puzzle is. It's going towards this numpad. You see the number 23. It doesn't really do anything at all. The number is 56288. There we go. Alright, another cutscene where I can't really skip. So basically this person tells us, hey, yeah, this museum is kind of closed. Why are you still here? And then Carmi just says, I'm not the public. How are you not the public, my dude? He's like, I'm entitled 100-year-old man. I am not the public.
Everybody died so fast. Bang. Just like that. You best find yourself someplace high. I have no time for
Do you think if you're 100 years old, you're gonna be not the public?
Room 943. Why the hell are you looking for that?
No, actually, you're not even a citizen at that point. You died. You're proclaimed dead and missing. You're over 100. You're not in any. You're not the public. You know what? I agree with them.
He's like, I'm not part of the public. Oh, okay, fine.
Of course I do.
Sure.
Worked 15 years for it. Brilliant, man. Could have had such a...
But I still do not know why he just says, I'm not part of the public. I'm like, really? Why?
You should have asked Mr. Paddington. It's almost like it became his second office these last years. I went down there working with...
It's an exhibit. That's what someone says.
Spare time visiting my workplace, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, he's gonna be a fossil, I would say, but you know.
How do I get to the room? You can't. It's close to the...
I would also say that this is the actual, like... Wait, no. There's also another... I don't know when Illuminations was actually set in.
So you're gonna have to come on
but
my side of the game.
I want to say that this is the last game that was... that Carnby is, like, part of, that is, like... he's just that old. Unless, like, Illuminations is, like, way over 2008. And he's, like, 100 and plus... it's, like, 20 years old or something like that. Which I don't think he's 120 years old. Also, do you think a 100-year-old guy could be forklift certified, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna do forklifting, I guess. because we're gonna drive a forklift. So yeah, Carby knows how to drive a forklift as well. He's like a man of wonders, a man of many talents, as one could say. So yeah, we're gonna drive this forklift right here. Basically, we're supposed to go through this forklift section of the game, and hopefully I don't die, because if I were to die in this forklift section of the game, that's gonna be really horrible. Oh god. Can I back out for a bit? Alright. Move over, lift up. Move away. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go straight ahead instead. Do that. Alright, let's go. If I can actually drive, I am definitely not forklift certified. Okay, we balling. We balling right now. Okay, this is like the hardest section of the game. I don't know why. Basically, there's a down slope, decline. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. It's a decline. And here we go. Here comes the decline of the game, where it actually just speeds you up. And you can't really control it unless you actually know how to control it. Which is to stay like on the sides of the wall and hopefully not get bonked, I would say. Not get bonked. If you go way too fast, Carby could actually die from collision, which is like, oh god, it's gonna happen right now. Please don't. Oh no. Okay, there we go. We actually made it. Oh my god, I thought I was not gonna make it with that fast drive down the slope. But yeah, I'm gonna just drive a little bit more in the section of the game, and then we can actually go through. So yeah, Carby's totally forklift certified. I don't know how he's forklift certified, but he's a man of wonders. I could actually go through this area right now. There we go. And now we're out. I'm just gonna go out from here anyway. Alright. Oh! Please don't get injured right now. Alright. There's gonna be a bunch of enemies upcoming where I'm just gonna try to run across them, whatever. You just run by them. There we go. Go towards this. Hello? I don't want to get injured right now. Oh yeah, they can spit stuff on you as well, and you have to like close your eyes to actually like... You have to blink in order for you to clear the goo from your eyes. Alright, here comes the worst section of the whole game, which is this maze right here. I'm gonna hope to actually go through this maze. If I can go through this maze, that would be wonderful. But basically, it's a laser section, and you're supposed to use your use the fire extinguisher to actually go through the maze, and it's really bad. I'm gonna kill these two guys real quick because this is gonna be good for me. It's not good for me right now because I'm actually injured. Why am I injured? How am I injured? Hello. Well, time for me to spray myself down with the health spray. Becoming Resident Evil, am I right? Here we go. Okay. 3's enough. Alright, let me grab this pole real quick again. What? Hello? What? Okay, you know what? Die. Hopefully he's dead. Okay, cool. He's like totally dead. Cool. Alright. Here comes the worst section of the game. You can probably talk if you want to, because I have to like really focus on this one. But basically it's just going through like lasers and stuff, so good luck to me, I guess. Yeah, if you want to talk about anything right now, you can always do that.
Oh god, what a game. You know what I would like to talk about? The fact that this game had a random Carnby statue as a pre-order bonus, and I have one, and it's really goofy. I kind of wish I could show it to you. I don't really, I can show Richard, but like there's literally a Carnby statue that just has him holding like a Molotov and a gun. And it came, like, I think it was a pre-order bonus for some reason, and I don't know, this game is so goofy and I love it. I don't even know if the movie's based on this. I know we were talking about the movie earlier.
The movie's not based on this.
Yeah, the movie's, I think, based on the original one in the 90s, but even weirder, like, alright, I guess fun anecdote. Oh yeah, you can see the little Carnby statue there for the moment. I'm glad we had that cut over that. Even weirder about the movie, I remember one day I was just, chilling in my house. I ended up talking to my dad, and my dad doesn't play a lot of games, but the whole point I'm making is he knows I do a lot of horror games for, like, a living and all that. And one day he was asking me, hey, have you ever heard of something called Alone in the Dark? And my dad does not play, like, really any horror games. He doesn't do a lot of games in general. He just asked me, do you know about Alone in the Dark? Which I don't know why my dad knows about that. Anyway, apparently he randomly stumbled across the Uwe Boll movie. He just watched it. He had no idea what Alone in the Dark was. He just ended up watching the movie and asked me if I've seen it. And asked me who Carmody was.
Also, I will say this right now. This is the first time that I've actually cleared that section of the game.
Good job, Joe. Done it.
Like, first try clearing it. Because usually I would get, like, some stuff wrong, I would say. And, like, I've never gotten it, like, right the whole time before. First time.
You're just so motivated with the idea of Carmody.
Alright, here comes the other boss fight of the game as well. So basically, this guy actually just stands in front of you and just, like, never, like, hits you or anything. He's just bugged out for some reason. I don't know why he's just bugged out, but he's just bugged out right now. So I'm just gonna, like, put some bullets in him. Is it bad to say that it might be world record potential as well if I were to clear everything without a death after this?
And that's all on you at that point.
It's so weird. Because I've never gone through that section like that quick before. So there's that.
Apparently it's the good luck.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, he's dead. Alright, cool. Yeah, he's supposed to, like, attack you, but he doesn't attack you for some reason. So he just glitches out, and there's that. Alright, here comes the axe that I'm gonna be using to attack these enemies right here. Or, like, I don't know what they're called, like, zombies, like, enemies. But also at the same time, I'm playing Dark Souls! I will say this though, if you ever, like, come to my channel recently, I've been playing a lot of Soulsborne games. And now I'm playing Dark Souls! With a weird halberd! Slash, Lucerne, or whatever it is, Lucerne. There we go. Oh yeah, Sarah's back! Hello, Sarah, welcome back!
I'm happy I found you.
What's this? You were searching from inside a closet?
I never should have left. Went through fucking hell back there.
So yeah, Sarah tells you, like, oh, I'm sorry for leaving you. I shouldn't have left you this whole time. And yeah, there you go.
They were everywhere, all around. I don't know how.
Also, to the person in the chat, that's my like, how you say persona, I would say. I am indeed a horse, but an anthropomorphic horse as well. But if you like what I do, like, you can always check me out at, like, twitch.tv/DrewHorse. But, I'll say it again, like, when I finish this run, I guess. But, yeah, we're gonna chop off this guy's arm, and then, just, you know, scan it, because very appropriate. That guy is, like, dead. And then there's this one line where, I don't know why Sarah says this, but she's like,
okay?
Wait.
Well, here I am shooting the breeze with someone who chops off hands to open electronic doors in the middle of Armageddon. So I guess you could say I'm all right. Hope that guy will be all right.
She just says that? Like, oh yes, this guy's gonna be all right, surely. Definitely. We cut off his arm! My dude, we just cut off his arm!
He said she's alright, not him.
What are you doing now?
No, he's alright.
No, she said that she's alright.
She? No way, she said she.
Right, no, she, the whole reason she's complaining is that she's with the guy who chops off hands, so she's doing okay.
I guess so.
I don't think she cares about the guy who got his hands chopped off.
I guess so. But yeah, right now we are supposed to do the section of the game. So, you may remember this, Egg. This is the black goo of the game. Do you remember how long it took for you to actually go through this?
You know, this whole thing is a little
it's like the stuff on the ground, right?
Yeah, something on the ground. You have to shine a flashlight on the ground. This version, you don't have to. It's literally just, like, just going to a bunch of, like, the, whatever it is, like, switches, and then just, you know, just taking the black goo away, which is fun. And then you have like a helicopter scene. That's like later on in the game. It's not on here. Ooh, okay. Alright, this last one I had to look down on the panel. I could actually. There we go.
Don't work. It doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, here comes the most tame conversation.
Stop doing a running commentary on everything. You're driving me nuts.
Excuse me for freaking out when New York is raided by demonic monsters trying to kill everybody they can. Don't worry though. You won't hear another sound out of my mouth.
Okay. Did I not do it? What the? I thought I did it. Huh? But yeah, she just the most tame conversation you could ever get on this game. Oh, there you go. Jesus. So yeah, I'm supposed to like look at that switch right there, or like do hot wiring on the switch.
To transfer your anger on me.
This is totally amazing.
Oh, Sarah.
It's also
can I actually pick up my flashlight? All right, cool. So basically, right now I'm actually on my flashlight. So the reason why I'm on this flashlight right now is because I need to actually look around in the room and then look for clues, and then you just have to go on with the clues, and it just leads to Sarah, I want you to knock him down, and then she just knocks you down later on. But this is gonna be like a 2-3 minute like waiting because she keeps talking like so much. Also, you can't really get out of here right now because it's a black wall. Like you can't really get out of here.
Reminds me of a summer vacation at my grandparents up in Maine.
So yeah,
Makes me wish
she talks a lot.
That she does.
Yeah, I can't really preface this at all, but like she talks way too much.
The Rosarium Philosophorum? Here's a shocker. I've never heard of any of these. Ugh. Maybe it is me, but it sure is getting colder in this damn room. Now,
yeah, I have no idea about how long this takes, but yep, we just talk and talk and talk.
Tell me something.
Do you have anything to talk about so I can have a conversation with you at least?
We went through all that fucking bullshit.
Oh god, what else is there about this game?
I can't fucking believe
Oh yeah, so people were talking earlier about, I guess, the canon. All the Alone in the Dark games are actually related. Except
oh yeah,
the
they
new one
are.
is more of a reboot. The order goes, well, the first 3 games, and then New Nightmare is a sequel to the first 3 games, and then this is a sequel to New Nightmare that takes place 100 years later.
And then you have the Illuminations, which we don't talk about Illuminations at all.
Yeah, that one was weird. I think it was supposed to be like a multiplayer Left 4 Dead type of thing.
Yeah.
Which,
also, yeah, go.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it, just, yeah.
I want you to. I want you to.
Also, as you can tell, I am trying to look at stuff like this. It's so weird, but sure. So I had to close my eyes and actually like interact with the stuff that is actually just light up like that, lit up. If I could do that, thank you. I was like, wait, what am I doing? But yeah, what I'm doing right now is that I'm holding down R3 whilst like using my index finger to spam X on this part.
Do what? What the hell do you want me to do?
Wait a second.
And now here comes the revelations of like, oh, what is these the puzzles actually do?
Then from the perfume bottle we get him.
Which is Sarah, I want you to knock him down. Which you're gonna see the most goofy ass, oh god, goofy knockdown ever. There we go. He just got knocked down like that. Boom. And then you got this guy right there. We just gonna skip him. But basically, he's just Lightbringer, I guess. It's just Lightbringer.
Should be a walk around the bases. If you
All right.
really saw the old man, that is.
Give me a second.
So the old man tells you, oh yeah, there's a place right here and a hidden section of the game. Alright, hidden section of the room. So there's that. And then we are gonna be shining our light right here after taking the note, because if you were to play the game, or if you were to play Alone in the Dark on the Xbox version, you have like some kind of like molecule, whatever it is, to use it with the flashlight, so it shines like the light, the symbol, the light with the flashlight. But you don't do that on this one. You just like shine your flashlight and then it just works. But yeah, right now we are in the helicopter section of the game, and now we get to meet some guy that I don't remember his name because he's a fanboy of Edward Carnby for some reason. So basically, this character right here is a student of the guy who revived Carnby, but also at the same time he shot himself for some reason. But yeah, basically he wants to like bring us to somewhere in New York City, in Central Park, but the helicopter actually crashes, and then he has his friend in the helicopter, which he's gonna die, unfortunately. Cross my fingers right now, I can actually make this thing in like one go, because I really want to make this thing in one go. So you see this train right there? It's a very hard jump. If I really make it in one go, I am very happy and pleased, and I don't have to die like a couple of times. Oh god, yes! I did it! That is a very hard jump. If you were to play this casually, that is a very hard jump. But yeah, I don't know what his name is. His name is along the lines of Harry or something like that. I don't remember what his name is. Someone in chat probably knows what the name is. But yeah, he just says like, "Oh, Carnby, I am a follower of you. I will take care of you." And then, well, I don't know. You just don't take care of him. But yeah, we are gonna go into the subway area of the game, and the subway area of the game is actually much shorter than. Is it shorter? I think shorter than the one on the Xbox version of it. So yeah.
How far is the building? In a way, we got lucky. It's not that far away. Then just go. I'll manage to get back up somehow. Try figuring out what it is we've got to find. You think you can handle that? Yes, sir. You'll
All
see
right.
I won't disappoint you. I'll head straight over there and work on the riddle. Then I'll wait for you there.
So yeah, we are. Oh no, Peter is the name. There you go. Not Harry. Peter. There you go. See, that's the only like person that I don't remember the name, because, oh, well, like in like the whole game, there's like influential for some reason. Like he's like one of those guys that I don't remember the name, because he's very short-lived in like the end part of the game, because we're about to come. Funny enough, we are actually coming like almost coming towards the end of the game as well. There's a driving section, and then like the final like 10 minutes into the underground temple-ish area of the game. So there's that. Anyway, we're gonna be out here into the subway area, and then I'm gonna be bunny hopping myself towards another part of the well, train station, I would say. But also, hopefully, I can actually avoid this guy right here, because there's a guy who always blocks the way, and I just do not like that. Alright. Here you go. First time in forever that I didn't... Why are there so many first times in my run? Why did you do this to me, Ek? Why did I agree to run this game again? I blame Ek for everything that I'm doing right now, because apparently I'm like doing a lot of stuff first try, like getting a first time, I guess. First time getting a weird crash in like the earlier part of the game. First time doing the laser section like first try. First time doing like the driving section of the game first try as well. It's like it's a lot of first tries, first times as well. Anyway, here comes the this part right here. If I can shoot it down. If I can shoot it down. Hello. What? There you go. Alright. Subway time. It makes me think of Subway Surfers for some reason. Some reason it just makes me think of Subway Surfers. But yeah, we're gonna speed the train up. And you may be wondering, we're gonna escape, right? We're just gonna speed this train up so we can actually escape, right? Well, not so much, because we're gonna crash in 3, 2, 1. Fun! We just crash! Anyway, let's get out of here real quick. Then hopefully I can actually. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, hopefully I can actually grab the wire, because if I don't grab the wire, I actually drop all the way down, and it sucks. What's my estimate right now? I mean, what's my time right now? Sorry. I don't know if Ek is still here. Apparently, Ek is not here right now, so I had to rely on myself. So if someone... Ooh, okay, there we go. Wait, you're saying... Wait. Okay, I just got word that it's 1:17. Oh god. Oh god, I may be really underestimated. We might see a world record if I actually do the... Okay, if I actually do the section really quickly and see whether or not I can get this rare skip, we are actually in potential to actually hit world record for some reason. Because world record or my PB in this game is actually a 1 hour 34, which is kind of really weird that I'm getting like fast times right now, and also at the same time I got a crash in the middle of the early part of the game, so it's insane. But hopefully, like, I don't. I would just say this. Hopefully I don't. All right. So we come back with Peter, and Peter is like, oh yeah, I'm sorry for dragging you into this. I'm sorry for dragging my best friend into this as well. So also the stairs is very jank as well, as you can tell. If I... Hello? There we go. I was about to say, like, the stairs is very jank. Everything else in this game is very jank. Okay. Can I go through right now? Alright. Hello? Sure. Can you not drop it? There you go. My god. Alright, shine light.
So that's where it is. The blockhouse. I should have figured it out.
So we find out that there is a place where the old man in the beginning of the game was talking about, with the whole, oh yeah, you have to go into like some kind of temple, underground temple, and figure out what you have to do in the temple and bring a light bringer towards the museum to save the world, I guess. But, oh yeah, also these guys are the same people from the beginning of the game as well that actually kidnapped Carnby and the old man who revived you. So they are also finding that underground temple thingamajig kind of thing. So there's that. Also, if you're wondering, yes, this is the PS2 version of the game. It's actually faster than the Xbox/PS3 version of the game, which is kind of weird to say. I don't know why. But yeah, right now we're just gonna go down from here, and another driving section of the game that is gonna be very crucial for me, so I really have to focus on the driving section, but also at the same time, like, hopefully I don't, like, go off course, I would say. Alright, here we go. So I had to, like, hotwire a car. Hello? Alright, there we go. We got the worst RNG in the game as well. It's like so bad of an RNG. Okay, wait. Drive! Okay, this is very crucial right now. I have to focus on the driving. The driving in this game is jank. I don't know why. It's horrible. Okay, let's focus on the driving. Also, do you I'm saying stuff. The reason why I had to drive like super quick right now is because there's the people who actually were in the cutscene just now are actually chasing after us, and we do not want to get gunned down by them. If we get gunned down by them, it's gonna be really bad. So that tree was about to block us, and like, funny enough, it didn't block us at all, which is a good thing. All right, drive. There is a car that's gonna block us in that tunnel, I think. Somewhere pretty soon. There it is. We're gonna just drive through right here. Just slow down a bit and drive through. Take a turn. Like I said, if you're watching this game, watching me run this game and think to yourself like, oh yeah, this game is easy, play it for yourself and play this game on the PS2 with like all these like frame drops and lags and whatnot, and figure out like how I'm making it super easy on GDQ. It's oh god, oh no, I'm stuck, please don't. Oh no, this is bad. I shouldn't have said this for myself. It is really hard. Well, second try, I guess. Yes, like, as you can tell, it's very jank, and the driving is horrible in this game.
It's the commentator's curse.
It is my own. Why weren't you here? Hold on. All right, here we go. Oh, please don't knock myself over onto stuff right now. Go say something, please, while I concentrate on this car chase scene.
Yeah, honestly, for people wondering how the game runs, if you're just tuning in right now, the first 20 minutes, I think, had a crash. It doesn't run. It manages. I think it's really the best way to define it. It really, tries its best. Oh, and even think about the other versions of the game, like the 360 and the PS3. Imagine doing all this driving, but also it's not dedicated to just the roads. You also have just driving through Central Park, which is apparently massive.
Go.
Like, at one point when you're at the very end of the game, you have to drive a long way. I don't remember if the PS2 version actually has that whole drive, but,
No. None. It just skips that.
Yeah, there is a, like, the whole finale of the game is, like, a giant drive, and it's kind of wild. So, luckily this version has a lot less driving.
Yeah. Like, they give you, like, 2 big driving sections of the game, and then they also skip the open world section, which, like, for anyone who's wondering about the open world section, basically you had to collect, like, 100 of these, I don't know what they're called, like, points or something. And you have to... Okay, no, in the Xbox version it's 100 points. In the PS3 version is 75, I think.
I think it was 70 flat.
My car? My car? Okay, sure. Please don't get shot right now. Thank you. Hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a big sec right now. Can I make it, please? I made it. Okay, hold on. This is still not the end. Just gotta drive towards a little bit more, and there you go. Did it. Okay. Now we got a 3-4 minute cutscene right here. But yeah, you have to drive around Central Park and collect these points or something like that. And it's a very open world section where you just have to drive around and find these points. I don't remember what it is, but you have to burn like a bunch of trees, I think? Is it trees?
Yeah, something like that. It's like the weird plants throughout the game. And there are a lot of them you need to do. Like, at one point you have to do like 20, and then another point you have to do like big 70. Oddly enough, there's an exclusive glitch on the 360 version that lets you bypass that, but it only works in that version.
Yeah, in that version, you have to throw... No, you have to collect like a specific amount, like 25, I think. and then you throw a Molotov over the force field, and then it burns the tree in the middle of the force field. So that's what it is. Yes, I watched the run. No, I do not know if I want to run. I do not know if I want to run the Xbox 360 version of it. I had plans to actually run the Xbox 360 version of it because the estimates are kind of the same. I want to say this, the estimates are kind of the same. It's about like 2 hours. Thank God, like, because of what it is right now, like, yeah, thank God because of what it is right now, like, I'm doing a lot of stuff faster, and I'm doing a lot of stuff that is that requires me to do it first try for some reason, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thanks.
Go on with your story.
The book put you on the Stone's trail.
It would have been a better thing for me to actually skip this cutscene, because you can totally skip this cutscene, but like it's so weird to skip the cutscene as well. Like I said in the beginning of it, or like in the earlier part when I actually skipped one cutscene, you have to spam like your jump button if I'm not mistaken. But there are specific like cutscenes that you can actually skip, like this one as well. But like, yeah, you have to hear like 4 minutes of Peter just blabbering about the Lightbringer or whatever it is, and then he's just fanboying over Carnby because Carnby's like, oh yeah, I'm here now. I was like, wow, you're 100 years old. There you go. And then now we are somewhere. We are just somewhere right now. Alright. I don't remember where to go. I'm hoping that I remember where to go. Okay, there we go. I hope that I remember where to go, because there's a pathway right here. There you go. Okay. Big pathway right here. So yeah. So now we get into the building which houses the Lightbringer. And yeah, puzzle right here, which is in Latin.
Good thing I took 5 semesters worth of classes.
Peter, please, just get to the point. What does it say?
5 semesters of Latin. Can't believe this.
Extend the path of light. You think this is some kind of weird sense of humor? I mean, you being the light carrier and all. Like some sort of medieval occult
Oh yeah, I forgot about the line. Joke. You know, in the oh god, why am I doing this right now? Okay, wait, hold on. Give me a sec. Funny enough, in the Xbox 360 version of the game, or like the Eden Games version of it, Carnby just says like, I am the universe, I am the Lightbringer. It's such a quirky line, and I love it so much, but like, unfortunately, we don't hear it on this game, because, you know, it doesn't happen for some reason, and I really love that line like so much. He just T-poses into the light and just says, I am the universe, I am the Lightbringer, with an F-bomb in between of that, because why not? It's just as it is. It's funny. Anyways, we have to shine this flashlight towards the light, and then just like make a path for this thing. Very boring, but yes, it is what it is. There you go. Alright, here comes the temple part of the game. This is the final part of the game. Hooray! We actually reached the final part. What's my time right now? It's probably like 1:25 now.
Okay.
Oh no! Okay. Well,
there is no way I'm going down there.
I was told it's 1:30, so not world record potential now, which is a sad thing. But you can enjoy this run.
I'll have a chance to warn you.
You enjoy the people along the way as well.
Solid plan, no?
What matters is the friends we meet along the way.
And it's not like the park is unsafe.
Which apparently almost everyone dies. Peter's gonna die as well. If you're wondering how Peter dies, next cutscene in the game.
Okay. Don't do anything
But
stupid.
basically, this is the last cutscene that we actually watch. That is unskippable, and then we get the final part of the game as well. So,
Sure thing.
there's that.
So, what do you think it is that I'm gonna face down there?
Another step on the path of light.
I'm very just baffled by this game. How was this game made, and what was the budget for this game?
Go on.
Well, I'm not a specialist.
I actually want to know. Yeah, I actually want to know what was the budget of this game.
Some sort of
That's a
underground device.
good
I'm not
question.
exactly sure
Will you
what.
get an
In any
answer?
case,
I don't
something
know.
extremely powerful.
That's a good question.
What's the budget of this game, and how long did they make this game?
Study here in the first place. And you really don't have time for this right now. You really should go.
So, we get to go down now. Yippee! Alright, final part of the game, which is actually just traversing ourselves through this maze of the labyrinth of the underground Lightbringer building-ish thingamajig, because it's pretty cool. Also, yes, so Peter gets gunned down by the people who were chasing after us just now in the game. And basically we're all alone around here. Alone in the dark, I guess.
That's why they call it that.
Yeah. Alright. Here comes the lift. And then you can hear, like, Peter being in trouble right now. I don't know how even, like, he's communicating, because he's far away and he doesn't have, like, a walkie-talkie along the way as well. And Peter's gone. Can we get can we get an F for Peter?
He just died?
Yeah, he just died! It's like, I found him and he just died.
Oh. Oh. What a sad guy.
We just met him. He's trying to help out and then he just dies. Oh, please don't. Okay. Alright. This is a very hard section. There we go. I actually did make it though. This is a very good land point. Alright, here comes this part as well. Alright. So, throughout the whole maze, I'm gonna be doing like a bunch of puzzles that actually doesn't make sense, but it does make sense as well. There's one like section of the game that is like really, really horrible, and I don't know why is that a section of the game as well. But you're gonna see it anyway. Hello? Grab the... Oh my god! How... Carmi?
He was alone in the dark.
Well, that's an F for me, I guess. How did Carmi not grab that? I am just baffled by what he's capable of, I guess. Alright. Let's go all the way down real quick. Which way? This way. With how the camera is like very oriented, I really just have a hard time finding out where to go from my side. Game? Game? Well, that's another... What? I have never... I want to say I've never had this before. And I've never had this before, but I have no idea why the game didn't want to go down. And instead just dropped me all the way down like that. Very much a jank game. It's fun. It's a fun game, I would say. Alright. Here we go. Camera, please. Thank you very much. Can I go down now? Thank Lord I can go down now. It was so weird that I couldn't go down, and I'm like, why can I not go down? There we go. Alright, here comes the next platforming. God, this game sold 1.2 million copies, and I own one of them? I'm part of the reason why this game is bad, sorry. Alright, here comes a puzzle. Here comes a puzzle right here. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to like move this thing again. I'm probably wrong at this one, but I might have to like do this puzzle again if I were to be wrong. Because I don't remember the puzzle. Let me see again. Let me see. It's supposed to be like a light puzzle. There we go. Wow, I'm actually good at light puzzles, I guess. I am indeed the light bringer now. Alright, here comes another platform stuff. So there's these like blades that comes down, and I had to wait for like a couple of seconds because there's weird lag in between like the blades and when you move, and I have no idea why it does that. So like you can get hit like when the blade is just already gone, and I have in the 360 version of the Alone in the Dark game as well, or the Eden Games version of it as well. Alright. So basically you're supposed to get onto that like platform right there, but you also have to burn the wood down in order for you to get to the top of the platform. So I had to burn that wood down, go on this platform, wait for it to actually burn all the way down, and then just go all the way up. Yeah, this is a waiting game, just waiting onto this thing. And then after this part is the worst section in the game. So that part of the game, like coming up right now, I had to close my eyes. And the reason for that is because like if I were to not close my eyes, you can't really see anything until you actually do close your eyes and find out, oh yeah, there's a bunch of like paths that you can take. But not only that, you have to hold down the blink mechanic for like the entire time, and it's horrible. Not only that, you have to like traverse yourself around, and you have to jump. And I would want to preface on this, jump is actually on square. It's not on X, it's on square. So this part right here. Close my eyes. Literally there's a path. I'm gonna jump. It's on square, by the way. And I had to like traverse through this path while being while having my eyes closed, while having like my R3 down, and just go through this maze. As you can tell, like there's nothing you can totally see. Look, nothing at all. Where's the path? No path at all. Such a dumb section, worst section. Coming up is the final part of the game as well. Like really, really final part. Like to this symbol. And like to the other symbol as well. Where's the other symbol? There we go. This is RNG for some reason. Like, funny enough, this is the only RNG section in the game. And they put it at the end. Sure. Time is coming up pretty soon as well once I actually go through the last section of the game. Anyways. Oh, please do not fall. I do not want to do this thing all over again. Alright. And time. But we find the Lightbringer. Do we want to show the whole cutscene? Yeah, I guess so, because like I'm really underestimate, like really underestimate. So basically, we found the Lightbringer, and now we have to bring him back to the museum, to that room, and then stuff happens. We don't get to see, I am the Lightbringer, I am the universe. We just see this.
Good men of their very souls. The spirit who worked to manipulate.
What is my time, by the way? Or what was my time?
1:40:05.
140! That is insane. I can't believe this. With a crash, even.
It was just the test.
For what?
To become the chosen one.
Yeah.
Chosen for what?
That's what you'll find out.
I have no idea what this cutscene's all about, but basically we just we become the Lightbringer, I guess. I guess a couple of messages that I would want to say. Thanks Ek for letting me run this game. He messaged me a week ago and asked, hey, GDQ, but you're not gonna like this game. I'm like, what is the game? Alone in the Dark. I'm like, fine, I'll run it because I can totally run it, and I derusted like once, and that's about it. And I still can get underestimate because if I were to look, I could have like made my estimate at 145, but this game is super jank, as you can tell from the beginning of the game as well. Quick shout out or like big happy birthday to JA Games, because JA Games is like part of my community and his birthday's today, so happy birthday to JA Games. And shout outs to the Alone in the Dark community. I know there's a lot of people who's gonna run the new Alone in the Dark game. I highly recommend playing the new Alone in the Dark game because it's pretty cool, it's pretty nice, pretty refreshing as well. It's actually a reimagining of the first game, so if you really want a new, fresh survival horror game that is actually kind of like AAA like, well, not really AAA, but AAA like, it's been out for a week, and a lot of people are gonna be running that game as well. We have like a community of people who are already trying to run the game. Goodbye, Sarah. Well, I guess she was the Lightbringer this whole time. And then she comes back. This is surprisingly one of the endings in the Xbox 360 version of the game, because the other ending is basically just Carnby just going into the light, but in the second, like the alternate ending, Sarah actually gets into the light, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is the one ending of the game that you get to see in the Xbox 360 version of it as well. So there's that. I am your runner, Juhorse. If you want to check me out, I run a lot of horror games. I run a lot of like weird, silly games as well. Yeah, I'm a furry. I'm a horse. And yeah, do you have anything else for me to say, or anything else you want to say?
Yeah, if anyone wants to find you, where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/Juhorse. I said it already. That's
you gotta plug yourself again. That's how it goes, Ju.
I re-plugged myself again. But yeah, Twitch.tv/Juhorse, JURC. I've been playing a lot of like other games as well lately. Been wanting to speedrun the Alone in the Dark game, which I'm probably gonna try out pretty soon. Yeah, Ek, take it away.
All right, I do want to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, I guess, today's showcase of sillier horror games for April Fools. This has been your episode of Speedruns of the Crypt for tonight. I have been your host, Dices. If you want to learn more how these shows work, I tend to talk a lot about them in my own stream, in my own areas. You can find my name somewhere around here. It is around. We'll be back in about 2 weeks ourselves. But before you go, if you are watching this on YouTube, remember to push the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. It's very much appreciated, and it does help out the video. As well, if you missed any of our shows today, be sure to check out a replay of Challenge Approaching and Speedruns from the Crypt, which will be happening right after this. So if you missed anything earlier, it'll be happening about now. Alright, anyway, for all the rest of you, have a wonderful rest of the day and or night, and see you next time.